Let me finish editing this picture.
We're just not saying anything.
Yes, we are intentionally boring you to death. Are we live?
So
Wait, are there people in chat?
We actually before we went live, we all said we know Q Crime's gonna be here right at the beginning. If we don't say anything for long enough, we'll see if he thinks we're muted. And it worked. So Lee, you owe me $20.
Boom. Yeah, sorry, we're just composing our shell posts right now so that we get other people's in. I have to tell my girlfriend that we're going live, blah, blah, blah. Going live with the third. Hey, wait, Max. I don't know if you're up for it, but you know it'd be perfect right now? A recap.
Oh shit. What happened last time?
Yeah, right?
Last time on From Mars with Love, we continued on the investigation, spent a long time at a cocktail party, and also did other things after that.
We
and
don't.
Eventually all led us to where we're here now, Abigail Vallee's beach lake house, which has been long abandoned. It's likely full of clues and such.
Clues as to the disappearance of my, or clues as to the disappearance of my late father's will arbiter. And naturally, I want to know what's in the will, and I want it to be something that I like. So, we have to find the man.
Here's the twist Lee hasn't told you, and he's told me not to tell you, but I'm drinking, so I'm going to tell you anyway. I'm the arbiter the whole time.
Oh my god! I mean, honestly, that'd be a hilarious.
And I'm just doing this right now, so you'll pay my retainer because I need the money.
Or you have like some statement that you have to like see if I'm worthy of inheriting the will or something. But yes. Probably mostly for the money.
They must prove that they are pure of heart.
Sure, I'm pure of heart. Sure, Jan. Ooh, we've got 5 viewers. Damn. Hey, viewers. Hi, how you doing?
I see 4. And one of them's me.
One of them's probably me now, too.
So we have 2 viewers.
2 viewers.
One of them's Q Prime.
Hello, our dears.
So who's the one viewer who isn't Q Prime? Is it Lee?
Well, yeah. Yeah, must be. Hey! Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go. I've got my shill post. I'm gonna make it, and then I'm gonna be good to go. Sorry about taking so long getting us started.
You know, back in the future 1920s, we like to take things nice and slow. It's the 20s now. We take everything at a relaxed pace.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed, indeed. Hmm. Indeed. Ah, yes. Those are ideas. Very interesting ideas. Great ideas. Love ideas. Ideas are good things to have, aren't they? Anyway, let's go find this.
What the hell are you on about, Dame? You're just talking to yourself. We're trying to sneak into a place. Keep your voice down.
Rejoin as player. Whoop. I was wondering why I was seeing jungles. Ooh, this music. Yes.
It's got the mood going.
Mm. Oh. Mm. What a pity. I remember when this land was lush and green, growing out of the orange soil. Sorry? I remember when this land was lush and green. Would that I could return at least a fraction of it to its original state. That's why we must get this will. I have great plans.
Yeah,
for
sure.
its
I'm sure that's
location.
exactly the sort of green you got in mind.
Green indeed. Green and lush.
Q Prime says you're muted, Lee.
My. What a tragedy. Our dear hostess muted in the
Okay, I
prime
have a
of her
plan.
youth.
Lee, you'll say stuff and I'll repeat it in my perfect Lee impression.
Okay.
It is known that Max
You
does
arrive
ancient-
at
Okay, he just
the
said,
building.
okay.
First of all, fuck you.
I think he just said, yeah, damn it.
I've unmuted my mic, by the way, so they're hearing me. Alright.
We hear you loud and clear.
We're picking up where you're laying down, Daddy-O.
Indeed, but change the parental unit.
Mommy-O just doesn't flow off the tongue as well. It sounds like,
Hey, it's a mammio's spaghetti.
yeah.
Well, I blame your patriarchal prior education for why it doesn't sound good. Clearly, you need to be re-educated. By
Whack.
someone a little more egalitarian, or perhaps the other way around. Even
A little more egalitarian, perhaps the other way around. I would educate someone who's more egalitarian than I am.
I would
Lee,
let
let me tell you about
need an egalitarian tutor.
Lee, let me tell you about the benefits of elitism.
Elitism. Well,
Yes, elitism.
there's
Most
a lot
people are
of
stupid.
benefits.
Fact.
Indeed. I need more alcohol so that I'm faster with my words and
How you
slower
doing?
with my thinking.
Indeed. So you
So that I
approach
stay on.
you approach from the river side of the structure. There seems to be a back door. Through the window, you spy an office. Some papers seem to be
Well,
tossed.
this looks like a proper building. You still got a key?
If I had a key, would I need you?
Yes.
Lee, do I have a key?
Because you needed me to figure out to go here.
I would say that Abigail doesn't have a key, but she does know that the key used to be hidden under An inconspicuous bag of seed.
Look, Alton, I may not have a key, but I have a pretty good idea where to find one.
Well, get right to it, Mamio.
Now,
See, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
as you approach
you're gonna have to stop talking.
as you approach the structure, I would ask
That's
for
not gonna happen, Dame.
I would ask for
I'll
some
take that.
sneak rolls.
Oh yes. Sneaky beaky.
Definitely not snapping on top of the music. You should stop.
Let's get my skills on the table, shall we? Sneak. There we are.
You creep up to the structure, undetected. As you do so, you can't help but notice that there seems to be someone actively opening and shutting drawers in this office annex.
Oh my.
I hate to
Do
do
I
this
have to
to you,
roll
we're gonna have to switch the older version of Whereby real quick so I stop getting audio cut offs from you and might move our pictures around.
That's fine. Doesn't matter so much with the view.
So, do I- Lee, do I have to roll a notice or anything to determine whether it's hasty rummaging, as if somebody is snooping around also, or whether it is rummaging of someone who works here and doesn't expect intruders?
Looks like the... So, what, you want to tell if it's the rummaging of someone who's expecting intruders? I would say
No,
it looks like
is it the rummaging of someone who belongs here or doesn't belong here?
urgent. It looks urgent, and it doesn't look like they're familiar with the cabinets and the drawers that they
That
are.
sounds right.
Yeah. In fact, as you
All
see,
right, Abigail, I have a plan.
you do catch a glimpse of them as they go through the window.
Oh my god. That's no one I've ever seen.
We call it the Chicago Shuffle. I'm gonna yeet you through the window, right at the guy. Then you engage in fisticuffs with him using your kinesis wraps there.
Why, that sounds like a mostly bad idea. A little bit okay. The last part, particularly. That said, I've got a better idea. Why don't I walk in the front door? That is a man.
All right, do you have a key? It's like you never answered my question.
So I
I
can
have a
figure
key.
something out. Lee, the back door key, does that also work for the front door?
Yeah, it's a house key.
Excellent. Then yes, I do. With my sneak already rolled, I'm going to stealthily come over here. Peering, by the way, if I may, through the windows to see if anybody else unexpected is in the house.
Well, you have sight lines. If you don't see anyone, you don't see anyone.
So I'm gonna grab the key, Lee.
All right, you
And then-
pull up the bag of seed, and you see a key.
Aha! Excellent. It's not a. It was never really a 100% that it would be there. That said, I'm glad it was. So Lee, then I would like to come around to the front door, assuming we're in the back door, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the back
I
door.
would like to come to the front door, if I may.
As you do that, I'm like, hey, Abigail, look up through that window up there. There's obviously more goons in the house. I'm not sure one door's better than the other. Oh. No.
The assumption was that you would come in through the back door. And we'd reach ourselves a bit of a flanking position. Take one of them alive, or awake, I mean. Definitely don't kill them afterwards. Ha ha ha. And we would have ourselves someone we can ask some questions. Sound about right?
Yeah, Max had to like dive to do something technical.
Oh, damn. Lee, I want to take the front door key, assuming it's not the same key as the back door. It's a
It is
key
a
jangle.
single. It is a
It is
single
a
house
single.
key.
Okay. Well, then I want to unlock the back door.
Click, click.
quietly, of course. And assuming Alton is okay with this plan, which we could totally avoid doing, but I think it is a decent plan, at least so that we can make sure they don't flee the scene from the one door that we're not at.
Yeah. This is normally where I would stall for time, but literally, like, we're gonna have to wait for Max to reconnect because this is literally a yes or no on whether or not he's down for this flanking maneuver. You go in the front door, he goes in the back.
Yeah.
I would also
So
say
these
several of the
guards-
windows do look jimmyable.
Ah, indeed. These guards, do they look, how do they look? Stupid, I'm assuming.
They appear to be goons.
Goons, that's what I meant, yes.
You seem to have encountered goons, the likes of which you have seen before.
Goons!
Ah. Wait, so we've seen the likes of these goons before. Where did we see goons similarly tied or demeanored?
Remember the office building? The elevator?
Right, so that's the... Okay, excellent. Alright, so my proposition is I have unlocked the back door. Why don't you creep in through there after I open the front door and talk to them a little bit. See if I can't convince them to divulge certain pieces of information. A little bit of a good cop, bad cop that they don't know is their routine. Right?
Alright, sounds good to me. Have fun with that. I'll wait back
I would,
here.
of course, expect you to have my back if the going gets rough.
You know what they say, when the going gets rough, Alton Miller starts shooting people.
Ah, yes, well, let's hope it doesn't come to that and we can reach diplomatic solutions.
Sure, reminds me of that classic film, Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Ah, yes.
Those
I think
aggressive
I've heard of that
negotiations
one.
with the Geonosis sure got out of hand.
I'm not all that fluent in, centuries-old media, but sure, I'll take it for what you say.
I took an antique film class in PI college.
Abigail creeps
That
out of
makes
the front
sense.
door. She finds signs of forced entry.
Forced entry. My goodness.
In
Almost
particular,
as if-
she finds the door in pieces inside the doorway.
Oh, good golly. That is going to be an expensive repair. This was an antique door from old Earth, which, of course, is still current day Earth, but, I'm from Mars. All right, well, with that, I'm going to say, or actually, I'm going to, well, I suppose I will waltz right in with a little bit of a, oh my, whoever did such a nasty thing to my door. Oh my goodness. Whoever might you be? Do you work for my father?
So they sort of stand up, surprised, look at each other, and say, "Yeah, we're with the landscaping company."
Oh, the landscaping people. I didn't know that my poor late father was still planning on upkeeping the gardens. Oh, well, that is great to know.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna like do in through the door.
Alright, she's unlocked the door, so you... And you close the door behind you?
Yeah, but I do that thing where you turn the handle so that the latch doesn't click, and then release it slowly. You know what I'm talking about.
Now, my landscaping friends, was it just you two who were coming today to fix the garden up?
They look at
Or
back
did you
and-
have more associates on the way? Might make some food later on, and I was wondering if maybe I had to make more.
They look back and forth at each other, and they're like,
Sugar cookies.
I'm not so sure that's a great idea. This not exactly an habitable zone right now. The river's a little nasty these days.
Right,
you might not
right.
want to stay around here. I also heard that there was some space asbestos, in the ceiling, that some people were knocking around
Oh.
in, and You might get
Space asbestos.
it in your nose brain cage, and you wouldn't want that.
Fascinating.
They do
I
not
will
seem to
simply have
offer
to look
great
into getting this place
excuses,
fixed.
but they seem to be sweating a little.
I like to
So,
imagine that
Just the two of you?
asbestos, they forgot to make it illegal when they founded Mars. And so, like, it was bitten to a bunch of stuff before anyone realized.
Beautiful.
Indeed. Alton, as you creep down this hallway, you find some sort of a mechanical room making a whirring the mechanical history.
That is over the
I also see a box.
Indeed,
My goodness.
a rusty box.
I'll try to crack it open as long as it's not going to make like a horrible wrenching, rusty noise.
Oh, it does.
Mhm.
Afterwards,
Well, then
however-
if I start to move it and I hear a little bit of a noise, I stop.
okay.
So, if I hear any noise, I would start walking and maybe trip over the wood, just to provide a little bit of a distraction. Oh,
Like,
oh, my leg!
all right,
Oh
can you give
goodness,
me a-
you're right. This place is not safe.
can you give me a perform?
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine you fall down in like one of those paint me like one of your French girl poses. You're like, oh no,
Oh, no,
my leg, it's hurt.
my leg!
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so they buy it and they're like, oh gosh, wait, no, yeah, lady, you don't want to be here. This is not a very safe place to be right now. Ooh, yeah, those boys gotta move. And
Yeah. You move them? I thought you said you were landscaping, not repairmen.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the other guys who are responsible for that.
Oh,
Alton, as
Yeah,
is
it's
going
called
on,
interior landscaping, you see.
you hear a door swing open, Alton, and you see a goon stalk down this corridor.
Okay.
Like,
I duck into the room I was in.
indeed, you see a goon come around the corner. They have an EMM-09 pistolet at the ready, and they're sort of creeping around the corner.
Oh, okay. Can I creep up behind them?
Yes.
Gun to the back of the head, hand over the mouth.
Oh my god, yes.
All right.
Yes!
All right, I'm gonna
This
say
is
that
so
I would like a
classic.
sneak dex to execute that maneuver without
So
Yes, give me 1 second to pull that back up. My computer lost. I kicked the power cord.
Oh no.
Yeah, I keep meaning to get something to fix that because it's like literally like a $5 bit I can get and solve it completely. I'm just stupid. Sneak dex. Hello.
He doesn't even realize
Ooh.
you're there until you've already got your hand on his mouth and a gun to the back of his head. The other
Excellent.
goons are
But
none the wiser.
You're gonna keep it real quiet.
He,
Dig
like,
Daddy-O?
in response, he flexes his hand to, like lose control of the gun, but dangle it by his pointer finger, and he puts both his hands up.
Alright. I say, real slow, we're gonna come back into this here mechanical room, see?
He kind of like grunts lightly in response.
Alright. I take him back into the mechanical room.
Meanwhile, back on the farm, Abigail Valais, the goons are approaching you because you fake tricked, and they're like, "Hey, let me help you up."
Right.
There.
Yeah, I was about to say, in fact, I couldn't possibly bother one of you two fine, strapping men to help me back on my feet. I
Like-
don't know what I'd do without you.
Oh,
fine
certainly,
ladies.
yeah. We're here to help.
Excellent, thank you. Lay me on the couch, please. I'm so flustered after that fall.
All right, they like try and assist you, like one hand
Mhm.
like over the shoulder.
They both do?
Well, this one does. This one sort of stands back and is looking very visibly nervous and casting a view not just towards you but outside as well. And they slide a compad out of their pocket and they start to check messages and they seem to be
So,
texting someone.
if I were getting here with the goons' assistance, assuming they're taking me back to the sofa, right? As soon as I get here,
I would say that your course would take you more like here, but like you could stumble towards.
I
it.
would prefer to stumble, yes. would that require a roll or something, or
No,
can I do so
that's within the 8 earlier. The goon
Excellent.
like looks up from their compad for a moment and seems to like instinctively bring their hand to shield it.
Well, I would say, oh my goodness, how clumsy of me. I swear I shouldn't have taken my Ambien before I got inside. I needed to calm my nerves, of course. Either way, though, thank you all so very much for helping me back to my feet. And with that, I think the gig is more or less up for me. I can't imagine that I would give up such a prime opportunity to knock them both off their feet with a sneak round.
I'm sure with those walking sticks of yours, you already knocked them off their feet.
Casual sexism.
So yeah, I would say I'll give you a surprise attack. Do you attack the one that like is like kind of air quotes helping you walk, or the one with the compad in one hand?
Yes, the one who's quote unquote helping me walk, because
Now I believe that
otherwise
you
I have a better
have does
position.
assassin. I think you have something that helps you with this. Close
I believe
mind.
it does, Lee. That's kind of what I was going for, in fact.
Can I
Because
just say,
we
this
changed...
singular moment of sneaking up on a goon has made me fall in love with sneaking in RPG systems again, and all I want to do
Yes.
is play a bunch of sneaky characters now.
I'm so happy because
Well,
this was executed perfply.
You might have an opportunity
Oh.
to do some sneaking in the alien thing that we're getting ready for next.
Ooh,
Yeah.
indeed.
Sneak bot. I am programmed for
So.
stealth.
Wait, I have assassin as a trait.
Right, so I would say it is explicitly ranged weapons, but I'm gonna say that you can use your.
I think we established this the very first episode that
you can cold clock people with the kinesis wraps in the same fashion. Yeah. So do you just like lift your arm, you put it over his shoulder up, and just like karate chop him with your kinesis wrap?
I mean, I was thinking more like, turning around as if to like blow smoke in his face as one does. But instead of being flirtatious, I'm just like hands behind his head, drop him to the floor. But if that doesn't work with the assassination method, then I can come up with another way. That said, let me see if I even hit, which I don't seem to. Unless I have some insane benefit from, taking them by surprise.
Well, so as per assassin, cannot miss the target. So
Oh, fantastic.
you smack his skull and he drops like a sack of potatoes to the ground. The jig is up though,
Wow.
as initiative order gets thrown up, and the goon drops his compad and goes for his hyper hammer.
Oof, oof, oof.
Rolling a 1 initiative.
Now,
So
I am
Alton Miller,
unaware.
yeah, Alton Miller also roll initiative, and I'll also have this goon roll initiative. Although you are presently detaining this goon, and they do not seem like they are going to make a move.
If they fucking try something, there's
Yeah.
gonna be one less goon.
You've got already.
And a whole. I'm about to redecorate this room with the inside of the skull.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, so I
The
never got
goon
to finish
doesn't
what
move.
I was saying, but I was going to say, since I don't know that Alton Miller has a goon with him, I'm going to try and take this last one alive.
All right. So, do you want to have killed the other one? Because I mean, you are meleeing them.
Yeah, no, I totally fucking murked that guy.
You crush his skull. He drops like a sack of potatoes as a broken melon slides off onto the floor.
Indeed.
And oh, what's this? Lovely decals from Apocalyptic Americana for all your markup
my.
needs.
Goodness graciously, you are too much.
So, yeah, we're back around to
Wow.
Abigail's turn.
Too much value you get from the Apocalyptic Americana resource
Oh.
pack.
My goodness, I forgot
Exclamation
the
mark, Fallout
infomercial
in
element
chat.
of this show.
Oh, buddy. Hey, we're doing great, old buddy. Great to see you.
Mm.
How you
Is it-
doing, old buddy, old pal 7?
Yeah, old buddy's a
Wow.
design friend of mine from Twitter, and
So
they
you're saying-
watch
you're saying
Radiant
he's an
Fever.
old buddy of yours?
I know, old buddy. You really picked the
How?
best fucking Twitter name. Because, yeah, it's old buddy. He's an old buddy of mine. Like,
Literally, that's beautiful.
well played.
Mm,
But Abigail,
indeed. I suppose it's my turn. Well, can't leave our audience waiting, can we?
We have been historically very content to do that.
I beckon forward, and then, whether or not he responds, I give him a quick 1-2. Ooh, losing my my fur thingy in the
Your
process.
kinesis wraps, the flamboyantness of your pugilism winds up sort of working against you as you bang one kinesis wrap and casually embed your fist inside of this television.
Damn.
Your other fist flies wide as the goon gives a whaw.
My goodness.
It is now Alton Miller's turn. What are you
Clearly
doing
a
in the
trained
machine room, Alton? With a gun
Well-
to the back of the goon's head.
All right, I put my other hand out and I'm like, hand me a piece.
He's like, alright, Jack, just don't go doing any malarkey on me. And he
Hey,
slowly
don't
extends
worry.
it backwards.
You play it nice and this room will stay the color it is. You dig?
Yeah, I dig. Look, I'm just a hired help. I don't know nothing. And he hands his gun backwards towards you.
Okay. I want to cuff him.
Alright. I would say that it's something you have.
Yeah. I mean, there's no item that's explicitly cuffs, but like, come on.
Yeah, you cuff him.
All right, I'm also gonna, if I have time this turn, I want to check his pockets for like a combat or whatever.
Yeah, I would say that you rifle through his pockets and you find a compad.
I take it.
It's one of like the small, shitty Nokia, like might be a burner kind of compads.
I just don't want him to have a way to contact anyone right now. And then that's probably my turn doing that, but I'll say to him like, now you just stay right here, real quiet like, you dig?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
boss.
Are you gonna literally leave him?
So it's another goon's turn, and this goon stances up and swings his hyper hammer at you.
Well, see, because I remember there's a fourth goon in the office, and I wanted to deal with them.
And misses
Oh,
terribly.
yeah.
This time you step back and he puts a hole into the front of this now utterly ruined television.
Yo, I
There's
love
a-
it.
God damn it, I had Sports Center on that thing.
Yeah,
I loved watching Mars Ball.
yeah, Alton, you hear a cracking of glass and a thudding and a cracking of bone coming from the north and east. This goon
Well, it's good to see Abigail has
doesn't take
introduced herself to the help.
is Abigail's turn again.
Well, she intends on introducing herself further.
And for reference, Max, do you cuff him just like hands behind the back, or do you cuff him to like a pipe in this room?
To a pipe in the room.
Perhaps I haven't rightly introduced myself. My name's Abigail Valles, and these two are my best friends.
What is with the rolls tonight? So, you
I miss,
punch
though.
and he dodges and weaves. You know, you sort of wind up in an awkward position after you crunch the guy's skull, and seeing his buddy's skull get
Yeah, I
crunched
know.
has this dude's adrenaline pumping. So,
I'm gonna say I'd probably move a little bit so
Alright,
that I'm
you get around him.
there.
Alton Miller, it is your turn. You hear
Me.
some shenanigans going on in the north and east. The sounds of pugilism are ripe, ringing through the hallways. Surely the person going through the filing cabinets must have heard by now.
Exactly. And as a result of that, I haven't heard any girlish screams of torment, so I figure she's doing pretty well. So, I'm gonna head towards that other guy.
All right. So you
Just checking what movement is in the system again.
I think you get 30 feet.
Is it 30 feet?
I mean,
So that's 10.
you can get to here,
10 to here. All right.
and you see the door here. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to lay like. Yeah, I guess I'll point a gun at the door.
You ready in action?
Be
And,
like, hey.
the next sucker who comes through that door is Swiss cheese. See? Or should I call it cheddar, Jack? Pepper, Jack.
Oof.
Wow.
That
All
was
right.
way worse.
All right.
So you could have done a better version of that too. It's like next person who comes through that door is Monterey. Jack.
All right. So the goon misses the hand. Holy shit! Can no one hit tonight? A 6, a 5, a 7,
Wow.
an 8. You guys just sit there like in the wreckage of the living room of this house. Like he's got a fucking hammer. You got kinesis wrap gloves. You're just punching the shit out of the wall,
this is literally
the wood.
every single movie fight ever.
Yeah, no, like you're like a Star Trek extras, like really pulling your punches. Nobody can fucking hit shit.
It's like the bit in episode 3 where they're just spitting their sabers.
Oh my god, yes.
I mean, I definitely like to think of it as like a spy film where the spy is like a awesome martial artist and the alternative's like a huge goon and they just keep punching each other's fists for hours.
Alton Miller hears the sound of someone kind of yank as if though testing the sureness of their bondage. And Abigail Valais. What are you up to, doll?
Am I up again? Thanks for doing the gardening for me. Allow me to provide you with some more dirt. Where's my skills? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to re-hit my weapons. And also that one-liner was not very good. So,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna miss.
That being said, your other one-liners have been alright, and you've also missed. So.
Oh, hey, look at
perhaps
that!
It takes a really bad one-liner to get a punchline in!
God
You gotta
damn.
keep the punch for the person, not for the line.
You him and you thwack him, and he hits the ground like a pack of cement, unmixed, sloshing about a bit.
Wow.
A pack of an unmixed cement is
It
just
goes
like a
super
powder.
well with
Doesn't
where I
doesn't
plan
slosh
to
as
put
such.
everything. Underneath more of the same.
You're like, wow, I could take that for my settlement because you're playing Fallout 4. No, so that's. I mean, Abigail, you're free to move after you knock this guy's fucking lights out.
Excellent.
But you don't hear any very loud noises from anywhere else in the house.
So I'm gonna go
For
ahead.
player reference or
and-
for viewer reference, this is what Abigail can see right now. See into the kitchen. I would say because Abigail's been here, you know that there is like this door leads to a bathroom, and beyond it a bedroom, and you know there's a bedroom here. You know that the garage is the far western side. South and west is the mechanical room. Far southwest annexes office.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Can
I
we
know
talk about
here.
how weird of a layout for a house this is?
Oh yeah, no, this was one of the most this was when I was cram making a especially like
Well,
a,
I mean,
like a-
it's
a-
mostly all right. The only thing I really would have changed is the center bedroom. I would have had go down one more tile to touch the mechanical room wall, gotten rid of the southern door, and moved the door from the mechanical room over to the far left.
Yeah, because why is there an aisle in a bedroom?
Exactly.
my
It's weird.
my father was an interesting man. You see, he had some.
Do you believe you have to
odd
circle his bedroom
proclivities.
3 times before going to bed?
Yeah, so Abigail
Yes,
Valais
actually.
knocks that guy out and moves down there. Alton Miller, the door creaks and your trick finger pops. Give me that roll.
Alright. Where is the roll? Okay, there.
And do we have a fight song? Yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh shit!
All right, yeah. So, the patrol of Alton Miller's Blade Runner ass revolver with a green flash punches a big old hole in this fool. He hits the ground and pushes up roses on the spot. Daisies even. Stumbling back, blood all out him, eyes going wide and cold. And with that,
it?
all like real danger has sort of gone out of the place. I am going to unblock the doors and step away for 10 seconds, but you guys are free to step about the place and to discuss your next moves and what you're going to do with your hostages, plural.
We have plural hostages. Oh wait, yes we do.
Hey, Abigail, how'd things go up in the lobby?
It went just as fine as I expected them to. These fellows were a little too stupid for a prolonged conversation.
Well, I got one of them chained up in the room over here, and the other one's got a dime-sized hole in his chest. And when I say dime-sized, I mean dame-sized. Because you could fit a dame through that bad boy.
That is an interesting way to put it. I suppose I have a corpse much the same in my room as well, but one of them is going to be fine to talk in perhaps an hour.
Well, I got one that's fine to talk now, aren't you, Goonie?
My goodness, it would appear that you have one intact. So.
I think I would have probably been able to incapacitate the second one if you weren't making so much noise.
Must apologize for that. I am a little bit of a noisy bedfellow.
Yeah, I remember back on the spaceship. It's a good thing sound doesn't travel through a vacuum, because half a miles would have hurt us.
Look, we don't have to talk about that anymore. What two normal people do in the confines of their own spaceship is, what happens in a spaceship stays in a spaceship.
No, you're thinking Vegas.
Oh, well, maybe I am.
I want to poke around.
Yeah, I'm poking around in all these places too. Interesting. Yeah, the office would seem to have... Oh, look at all those beautiful, beautiful tiles and assets that you can purchase in the apocalyptic Americana tile set. My. Also, we need to just talk about how fucking amazing Lee is at speed mapping, because damn, this was
this is his phoned in map.
In of maps, which is just like, wow, my god.
What's up?
We're admiring your handiwork before finding ourselves.
You find yourself in the office. It's been tossed of papers. Abigail's been in here before as a wee valets, and she knows that her father keeps a vacuum-sealed hidden compartment in the bottom right drawer of the desk.
Well. I suppose it would behoove us to check that out. Let's.
Yes,
What
I
is
do like
inside
being
of
who.
Vacuum seal. Bottom drawer.
Without, you reveal a small data chip, lone black mat, and an otherwise unconsuming hidden compartment.
Unassuming?
Unconsuming. Basically, it's the opposite of me. That said, let's check out this data chip. Daddy-o. I'm going to see if I can't work my way into the computer. Do I know the password? Do I need a password? What's the deal here?
Well, you see, you find
I do intend to.
this chip, and you find it has a variety of information on it. In particular, reams and reams of architectural data. All of it related to converting industrial mining habs into eco-friendly, self-sustaining arcologies, taking the old domes necessary to live on old Mars and turning them into a solar punk-style mini-utopia. Additionally,
Goodness.
you see plans for networking the entirety of the region, converting the old power grid to help funnel energy around and also facilitate the better movement of goods, using the old centralized computers that weren't worth ripping up there to algorithmically control the transit of resources. what's interesting here is it's using the same software to, manage shipping and freight that your father would normally use for his company. But all the price values are null. It's purely about needs-based distribution of resources between the arcologies.
My goodness.
Fully automated
There
gay
is-
space luxury communism, not in my backyard.
Is there any way I could profit off of these?
Well, the plans for the arcology are extensive, and they would involve some patents that your father owned. Of course, you don't have access to those patents until you get what's yours.
Get the fucking will.
But yes,
Indeed.
additionally, just because one of them gets made doesn't mean that all of them have to get made, although it won't create the self-sustaining utopia laid out in these files without it. However,
Well,
you do see
self-sustaining doesn't sound profitable to me, does it?
Charge rent.
You do see a file called legal, and it all seems to relate to the lawyer who was in charge of the will, and you do find
good.
exactly which box at the bank the goodies are in,
Ooh.
and it requires a combination lock in addition to a biometric. However, the biometric, can be is a broadly defined biometric, which is to say it is also set to accept next of kin for the valets.
Beautiful.
You believe in a text file called precautions, they say that they have set up a contingency in the event that the worst befalls their legal counsel.
Oh. What's
Yes.
that?
Well,
I'm dying to know.
they have a pre-recorded biometric that could release the digital contract.
Ah, where would that be located?
It's in the box in the bank. So you guys knew about it. It's just this is confirming that this
Right.
was part of your father's plan. Although who your father was expecting to know about and find this if something happened to his lawyer is never mentioned here.
Oh, good point. Noted.
You don't remember him mentioning it to you.
Right. Well, I suppose it still comes down to what the lawyer says, doesn't it? And in order to figure out
Mhm.
what I can convince the lawyer to say, we have to find him first.
Well, I'm gonna go have a chat with a friend in the radiator room. I've been watching through the window, by the way.
Sounds great. I'm gonna go tie up mine.
Yeah, he's
Look at
definitely
that.
been trying his restraints, giving tuggy tugs.
How's
I'm
it
going
going,
to
friend?
use my knowledge of bondage to tie this guy up so that he can't get out.
Please somebody hog tie him.
Yes, actually, in the shittiest way possible. She hasn't ever been on this side of the bondage before, but it's interesting.
Alright, so Alton, you check on your boy. He stops janking on his restraints when you come in.
Just the way to make that classy.
How's it going there, friend?
I can't complain.
I imagine you could. That's just a lack of imagination on your part. Speaking of imagination on your part, imagine a scenario in which you're breaking into a lake house down in the Mariner Valley. Why would you be doing that?
Look, Jack, this here property belongs to the bank now, so we weren't doing anything illegal.
That's not.
Yeah, I'm
just
sure the bank would
that's
see it
not
that way too.
how the law works.
Well, why don't you call him?
You know what? You see, we have our own administration system. Where I come from.
I was thinking so. So what? You're boosting the valet's joint just because you think this was his river house a few years ago? I can tell you, we looked the whole place over, Jack. Wasn't nothing worth taking.
Yeah, what were you doing here?
Look, I was just the hired help, alright? I didn't know the specifics.
Yeah, they certainly told you to look for something. You don't hire help just to storm into a house and rummage around without any specific directions. It was
Right.
likely to turn up with a picture of a cat.
Right, well, that's what Jerry was doing. He was down in the office, rummaging around for something he didn't tell us about. Said it was neat to know.
Oh, damn.
I kind of peek out the door. I see Jerry's lifeless corpse.
That is a massive hole blown in it from your revolver.
I peek. I lean back in and I'm like, if you had to take a guess, what sort of stuff do you think Jerry would have been after? He's not being too cooperative, see?
Well, I mean, maybe some sort of financial records, or, I don't know, money?
Was there
Fair
any
enough.
of that?
You say you were hired help. Who hired you?
No, there was nothing. Your father was a fastidious man, and it's even strange that he left as much as he did here. Well, look, see, it was arranged, well, it was arranged real private-like. It's just a lot of people around here have been out of work since the mines closed. And, Jerry said that he knew a gig if, we didn't mind. And look, I'm hard on for credit. You know what I'm saying?
Everything comes down to Jerry, right? God damn it, man, get your own bootstraps. Pull them up.
Well, I mean, all I know is there's been a lot of motion around here. A few of those East Martian types coming around agitating. Got some people interested in what they're selling. Me, Jack, I'm all about the dough.
I'm gonna whip out his compad that I took earlier. Is there anything on it?
It is biosignature locked to his thumb.
Just so happens
but
you
like-
have a thumb. I'll go
Hey.
bring it to you.
Thumb me. No, the guy's right here. I'll just be like,
Oh,
unlock this.
sorry.
He's like, he kind of like
Yeah.
looks a little reticent, and he's like, yeah, okay. And then he puts his thumb on it. It unlocks.
Or does it unlock?
Yeah, so the only thing in it is there's two contacts. One says dispatch, and one says reinforcements.
Ooh.
Does he have Mars Tinder installed?
No. No apps.
It's a burner. It's a burner.
No,
Shame.
nothing other than like the default like factory standard apps. Like Mars Maps.
I don't know what future Mars is like. I don't know what they issue as standard.
Automatic Tinder.
State.
All right, I'm gonna
sanctioned
check Jerry's. I'm gonna do the same thing for Jerry's phone real quick in case he has anything else because he's the
That's a
parent
good-
ringleader as
good
far as I can
move.
tell.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
also try the same for this goon who definitely
You find
had
on his compad, which you use his rapidly growing colder but still warm thumb to unlock, you find a suggestion of like there's a few messages. Clearly he'd been deleting a lot of them, but you have two indicating that it has to be in the office, and we need to move forward. We need to get to it before the bank makes their play.
Interesting. I would have never thought
We need to
of
get
that.
into that bank.
Indeed. We need to make a deposit.
Question: could we do a thing from a bad detective show and trace a call?
So the mail address.
Well, what I'm saying, not do that, but like if I were to call the dispatch number on that guy's phone,
Mm-hmm.
if I was able to keep them on the line long enough, would I be able to trace it?
Now you have made contact with some Green Mars hackers. If you
That's right.
If you roped them in on this, it's possible that you could effect a trace by keeping them on the line.
And in order to rope them in, we wouldn't have to see them in person. We could just make a phone call, right?
Yeah, well, Max has them has joined their Harmony server.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Excellent. Well,
So Max, do you
Green
contact
Mars then.
you contact the people and tell
Yeah.
them like, "Hey, I'm here doing things that are good for ecology. Please help."
Pretty much, I'm like, hello, I would like one ecology help, please.
Yeah, you cash in your token and bloop bloop. They send you an app to install on the comm pad, and they say that
All right.
they're going to need no more than 60 seconds of a live connection.
Well,
Okay. I wanna. What is? Could I do an impression of the goon?
Give me your best impression of the goon.
Okay, speak as the goon real quick. Hey, goon, say some shit.
Well, Jack, I don't know why you got me all tied up here for. You've got what you came for. Look, I'm just humble
No,
minded.
Jack, I don't have it. It's the voice I'm fucking doing right now. Jesus Christ. So I don't even have to do an impression. We're already vocal doppelgangers.
All right, all right.
That's how science works.
Well then, yeah. You
All
wanna-
right. Yeah, I want to call the dispatch number.
All right. So it doesn't even ring. It just immediately goes into the call, and you hear, "Do you have the goods?"
I'm sorry, the connection's a bit weird. What'd you say? Trying to buy time.
Do you have the goods?
The goods.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the goods. Yeah.
Wasting my time. And they.
So I heard this. I would say, help!
No, we found him in the office.
You found it in the office. Good. Good. You need to move fast. The bank has people at the Thrasis flow control center now. Get to the dead drop. Leave it there.
Yeah, one question real quick though.
We don't have time for this.
Well, it's a real important question.
Ask it.
Well, I was just wondering. Like, one of my buddies got a splinter. Is it like hazard pay on this, or?
They hang up. Thankfully, you've managed to keep them on the line for over a full 60 seconds.
The splinter line. It cracked me up. Probably funnier to me than anyone else.
It worked.
Yeah, so you managed to call, and it sounds, and the goon's like, that was a mistake, Jack. They'll be out here if they think something's fishy.
Precisely. That's why we're getting out of here.
Oh, you're just gonna leave me tied up like this? That's not my fetish.
Well, it's clearly our friends over there's fetish.
I'm afraid I
Sat right
can't
down and
see
let
them.
do it.
Well,
You don't have to see them.
if they'll be by like you say, you'll be fine. Actually, no, I want my handcuffs back. Never mind.
Well, I've got some rope
So-
over in the other room.
No, it's fine. He can run free.
There we
Alright.
go.
You untie this individual, and they flee. They see
Alright.
dead people, and they're like, "Oh,
Let's vamoose.
Yes, let's. The bank waits.
Well, also, the Thrasis flow control facility, they said the bank people are there now. You might want to go there.
Oh, I suppose I hadn't been informed as to the contents of your phone call. Please.
Oh, yeah.
elucidate.
So, I pretended to be hard of hearing, and then talked about having a splinter to buy time. But
I
despite my
figured you
meandering,
needed
the
some help.
guy gave me some useful information. It looks like there's something going down at the Thrasis Flow Control Center right about now. I want to head down on there and bust that up.
Sounds about right then.
Sneak in through the rear entrance. You know why? Because I'm a backdoor busty.
Would appear as such. However, I did give you the key in this instance. But again, what happens in the spaceship stays in the spaceship, you see. So is
Alright.
there any form of transportation from here to there?
you came." Actually, I think you brought your getaway driver.
I think is he
Yeah.
still with us? Because I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think you were retaining your getaway
Oh,
driver's
fantastic.
services.
Yeah,
and then
right.
shoo, shoo.
Was he the guy who worked with the Green Martians, or
No,
was
he was the
kinda fed up
taxi
with the
driver
machine?
that we just happened to have on the cocktail party, and we paid him well to take us away from there.
Right, he was fed up with the machine. Got it.
Yeah, what was his name again? Did I give him a name on this map?
I feel like
His
we
name
definitely give him a
is
name.
Reggie.
Alright.
He is the former president of Nintendo of America.
Reggie DeFelice. Yeah, DeFelice is behind the wheel. He's got an upbeat
I think I
attitude
know.
as always. And he's ready to take you where you're going.
Wonderful. De Felice. The reservoir. Pronto stat if you might. We have an appointment to make.
So you approach the Tharsis flow control facility. It is an impressive and imposing gate on the many winding water trails down from the high peaks of the Tharsis range. This ancient channel of Mars is what gives the Valles Marineris its bountiful life. However, it was once uncontrollable, untamable, and Keeley flooded to a too high level, where all of the historical silt and sediments were below the water level. And all the best land was as well, on the cliffside side to side. So, as part of the terraforming, or as part of fixing up the terraforming process, the Tharsis Flow Control Facility was put in place to ensure that rather than seasonal floodings and too high water levels, there was just fine water level and regular tides.
Good stuff.
Would you like to be deposited nearby?
Yeah, sounds
Yes.
about right. Probably better not to draw attention to ourselves if something is indeed happening.
Alright. So the terrain around it is not even like terraformed-ish. It's just like pockmarked Martian terrain. Oh my, how lovely. I wonder who could have made that.
Oh
And
my,
I
oh
will
my.
ship-
Are you
I've
saying
been
it's
seeing stuff from
Hawked
the-
Martian?
My goodness. It is indeed stuff from the upcoming Megacorp's Marines and Monsters tile set. Amazing.
Indeed.
Very well. So, let's see.
Okay,
is
so
this
like,
over
is
here?
this what are these doors, or is this a grate in a door? Like, what are these two things?
So, okay.
This looks pretty
This
great.
is a door.
Mhm.
This is a like a grate that you might be able to jimmy in and climb around inside of some sort of you know, whatever, what have you, sci-fi crawl space. And this is the
Wow.
gates of the Tharsis Flow Control Center.
Oh, wow.
I do like jimmying into a crawl space.
That sounds appropriate to me, and after all, we are not trying to make our presence known at this moment. So, jimmying seems to be the best.
And for reference, due to the way that I have it set up in Light Layer, Max cannot actually see in here. He must take a leap of faith to enter.
My
A leap of faith. Oh, I can't.
Alright.
How interesting. Let me know if it's safe enough for me to come down there when you have a moment.
If I don't instantly die, you're way tougher than I am.
Yeah,
I mean-
so you could clamber up in Alton Miller, and you find yourself in some sort of science fiction crawl space covered in pipes and tubes, gaskets.
I'm
and
gonna do
bouts
what we in
of
the business
steam.
call a big sneak.
Abigail, would you like to bloop, bloop, up behind him?
I think so.
And I'll whisper back
I
up
didn't
like,
hear anything.
yeah, looking nice and chill down here.
Well, we are in the ventilation system, aren't we? Chilling is
Shut up.
part of the curfew.
You hear some footfalls from this vent hole that you might not actually be able to see. I'm realizing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the.
Would you like to
vent
peer
hole,
through?
not that?
No, here.
Yeah, I'll do a little creepy peepee.
Let me get on the other side.
Make a cheeky breaky, and it looks like you have some soldierly types on the far side there, pretty well armed.
My goodness.
That being said, they're wearing blank paramilitary uniforms associated with no particular force. That's strange.
That is strange. Who owns this reservoir?
This
Certainly
is
someone
a
would
government
advertise
facility.
it. Hmm.
Well, that's what we in the
Interesting.
business called sus as heck. Is this another vent over here to the north?
Yes. It is in fact another vent.
I want to go through that. We'll peek through it.
Alright.
But I feel like whatever's through there is probably better than two soldiers staring directly at us.
Pika.
Pikachu. So,
Ah.
Yeah, like,
If I
hey,
may
boy,
look
let me
at
get a
the map.
Pikachu.
I shall, if I may, also traverse into the room.
Yeah.
Well, this is some sort of big ol' fancy door.
Yeah, so you find an airlock here.
Interesting.
It seems like it might lead to some sort of maintenance room.
So this is the
It's another peaky place.
great moving down. Yeah, can I peek in? Because I don't think I actually got a chance to see inside. Ah, I see.
And you see, and you hear to the south the flow of water pumping
Yeah,
past that door.
so perhaps down here. Got it. All right, I'll catch up to my comrade. So,
Is there
That
like
is-
a button to activate this airlock?
I want to
Yeah,
know-
so you open it up. That being said, it actually, so there's a button, but it requires an RFID signal that you're not presently producing.
Damn.
Now,
Yeah.
if I know one thing from working at a place with a lot of RFID and keypads and so on and so forth,
Mhm.
it's that they're always really shitty.
Indeed.
So could I just like stick a fork in it to trip the connection?
Do you have a fork with you, did you say at this time?
I probably don't, but I do. I have like a pocket knife.
Question. I've got a very long stiletto heel kind of cigarette vape. Can we use that?
Yes, you can in fact use the vape to just like jimmy in with
Use the vape, Luke.
It's
with an
definitely one of
electrical
those really
trigger.
long motherfuckers.
Yeah, now
It actually worked.
the door opens for you. A moment.
There we are.
You find yourself in a maintenance room,
Okay,
and you
so-
find something in here. You find two, stuffed in the corner, you see two people who look like they work here, wearing the kind of uniforms of people who do government drudgery at a technical facility.
Well, that's a bummer. Would you look at that?
That's not good.
Are they fully dressed, you said? They haven't
Indeed.
been robbed of their goods?
Yeah, no, they've got their uniforms on.
And they're conscious?
They are dead.
Oh, they're dead. Wonderful. Okay. Let's take
Yeah, I
their
was
ship.
considering taking the uniforms, but it seems to be a kill-on-sight policy, so it's not gonna make much of a
Oh.
difference.
You're not wrong. There we go. That's a good reason not to do that.
Mhm.
I see a corner to poke around over here. Do-do-do.
Yes, so you find yourself in a steam-filled back room
Oh my.
where the vaporous mists sort of coming out of the pipes. You hear a flowing of water not too far beneath you, and you can feel it thrumming against the pipes. Yeah. Steam.
Wow. Oof. Lovely. Lovely map. Let's see. So I see there's some sort of a transitional zone over here that seems to lead on somewhere,
Indeed.
and there's a hangar door of some kind. But to the south of us there is that ventilation, or the airlock door that we saw earlier, so might be something.
Yeah, but this way you don't have to go through another airlock door. You can peek around corners, can't peek through an airlock door, you know what I'm saying? Also, I found where the airlock door goes.
Oh hey, you're not wrong.
Indeed, you find
What
yourself at some sort of a significant garage door, almost like you could move large quantities of stuff through here if you had a need. And you see, appearing magically on the wall, a computer console for opening the door.
I don't want to do that quite yet. You never know what's behind doors like these.
Indeed, I'll check the other side for you.
You poke your head around, see? There's
What
a
else?
wet washing sound to your south. And you hear
Well,
sounds of people tampering with something.
Huh. Interesting. Tampering.
I don't see anyone over here on my left.
Hmm.
I'm gonna sneak down the hall a bit, get to this door.
I'm gonna actually do the same on my end. Right here.
At this point, I might as well bust on in.
Alright.
I'll do the same.
So
I'll text you being like, exactly. Oh,
Hmm.
at exactly, X number of minutes, we're gonna do this.
indeed. And so it is that Pat, hold on. I need to get the doors to the right layer, and they are a token layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, so you see one person still tending something that looks like it's been brought in here. 2 barrels and then a weird contraption that does not seem to fit in with the rest of the machinery around here. Additionally, you see
My
the
God.
console on the wall behind him seems to have been had its monitor broken.
My goodness, wait, shift ping that so that we can see. Wow. Oh, it totally does. Awesome.
I wonder who could have made that.
Well, stay tuned for the upcoming sci-fi expansion pack. Megacorps, Marines, and Monsters. Who truly are the monsters in the Alien RPG system, though? Is it the Xenomorphs or the people who hired you? Well, that's up for the GM to decide. And you to know with my dial set.
Yes, Max?
I was gonna say, no, it's definitely the Xenomorphs. Alright,
Well, I mean, okay, but still.
so we got is the soldier, facing our direction, or is he facing towards the broken console?
He's facing north. That means that there's machinery around, sort of obscuring the view. He's focusing though on this thing in front of him. He's knelt down and fiddling with something.
So he hasn't
All
actually
right, I'm-
seen us?
I'm gonna
Well-
try to do the exact same thing I did last time to the goon.
Yeah. So give me a sneak, Max.
Maybe I should do it. If you're gonna sneak, I'm going to do a distraction.
Well, we don't
I'll
want
say-
we don't want him to suspect anything.
True, but all right.
I mean, actually,
Let me-
if you decide to do a distraction, I can't in character communicate to you that you shouldn't, so do it.
Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and do a distraction. I'll be like, oh, goodness, I've lost my way in this reservoir. Would you mind helping me find the exit, please?
Okay.
I
So
was looking for the little ladies' room to powder my
he
nose.
stands up, lifts his gun, moves over here, sees you, and then you hear him go, "The fucking heiress is here!" as he raises his gun towards you. Alton
well,
Miller.
At that point, I sneak up behind him.
I suppose you know who I
Alright.
am. Then.
So he does not notice you.
You might
got
not
you got the
know.
gun behind him, and the soldier says, "So you're taking me from behind in the primary pump room."
He has a helmet radio. All right, should have seen that coming.
Yeah, it's initiative time.
Fuck.
Can I, as a surprise action, just shoot him in the back of the head?
Yes,
All right. Was that a yes? I thought it was a yes.
that was a yes.
I was about to introduce you to my friend, but I suppose he's already introduced himself.
No, that misses.
Back of your head. Or not. How interesting.
Well, I am not good at rolling initiative ever in this system.
Well. At least I'm going first.
Alright, so
I'm going. It's you, older the soldiers than me. Actually,
Wait,
no. There's one
it is-
shitty soldier.
yeah,
Wait.
yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to just, finish what Max started. Ah! It's going just the same!
Now,
That is
oh wait, shit, I
bold.
was forgetting something. You do shock damage against AC 15 or below, so every time you miss, you actually should have taken out those goons. You don't even need to hit them.
Oh, right.
That being
Yeah,
said,
that's the
that doesn't do shock damage against this enemy.
Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah.
Alright, so...
I mean, that was my turn, so I don't have anything else to do. Bugger.
and I guess... Oh, fuck. So I guess it's 12 meters. Because these are all, like, what, 1 meter squares? Or 2 meter squares.
12 meters. Interesting. Well, in the future, I will take that into account.
Yeah, so, some soldiers begin to move around, and this soldier is going to dash to the far side. Here,
Oh, hello there.
this soldier is
What a good little
right in the
soldier
middle
boy.
of you. Yeah, so the soldier fires his SMG in melee, so there's going to be a disadvantage there. Trying to shoot Pat with burst fire. I would say point blank bursting, they miss as they lots of
Okay,
bullets
nice.
ting into the wall behind you as various pipes are ruptured, and there begins to be a certain mist filling the room.
Ooh, like a steamy battle. Classic. Ah. This is like the end of every noir film ever.
This soldier has a job to do, and I mean where they are. Alton Miller, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna try to shoot him again.
All right.
This time, hopefully, with some more success.
Well, let's see. Can't be worse than last time, can it?
You say that.
I was trying to jinx you.
Fuck.
Well, it was. To be fair, us dying is very noir.
It is though, isn't it?
Actually, me dying would be very noir. You get taken off someplace for a political purpose, and then the camera zooms out to a jazzy solo.
So you guys hear an explosion at a door to your east,
My.
and you hear someone shout "Cheeky Breaky" as an AK-99's rapport that you are well familiar with by now goes off, and a soldier somewhere is now a fine red mist painting the catwalk.
Well, shit. I suppose the cavalry has arrived, and this time in our favor? How strange. I'm not used to being on the side of the terrorists, but then again, I'm not a Bush. Now, is it my turn or the soldiers?
1 moment, we're at the top of the round. Alright, so, they are going to advance into the facility, shooting and shouting.
How interesting.
There's
Now,
bullets.
these don't look like the people who would have hired mooks, such as the type we saw back at my place.
Well, you know, because people dressed like this and acting like this were a false flag operation the last time, or the time before last you encountered them, and then you encountered some people who might have actually been a little bit sincere. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that doesn't get them. And Abigail, point is, it is your turn. You actually don't see them, you just hear the shooting and the shouting.
Yes, I heard cheeky breeky, and I can assume. That said, I also hear the sound of me wanting this motherfucker dead. And it's overwhelmingly loud. I have to listen. Boom, boom. Now,
Yeah, okay.
What about
This is the fight music. Alright, so I feel like I've put these guys AC too high. Alright, so flanking as Alton and you attempt to double team the soldier, you manage to get a good hit in on him, punching through a ceramo plate and cracking it with the kinesis wraps. Ugh! There's blood. He's still standing.
that's what I'm looking for. Alton, I hand you the ball. Please.
Well, unfortunately,
it
several
out of the
soldiers
floor.
get the ball first.
You hear a heavy padding of feet as someone runs in. This soldier's like, oh fuck, moves here, but is pivoting. And is gonna just spray their SMG across this room with no care at all for the consequences. You guys hear a series of dings and hits, and things are not sounding too great out there as you hear a terrible metallic and a buckling as you hear a voice go, emergency controls lowering, emergency controls lowering, eastern gate unauthorized opening, eastern gate unauthorized opening, and you hear a boom, boom, boom mechanical sound. Yep, it's a different soldier's turn. It's the soldier between you's turn. This soldier is going to try and burst at Abigail in point blank
What a jerk.
and miss. It is
You'll have to be taught a lesson.
a
for
different
that.
soldier's turn. Given the current situation, they're gonna move up to like here. Actually, gonna like sprint up to like here and probably, honestly, knock the glass out of these windows with a
Miller, you watch baseball, right? You're a true American, right?
Does Alton Miller watch baseball?
No.
Pity.
It is your turn though.
He used to watch baseball, but ever since they changed the regulations so that the pants aren't as tight, he stopped.
Pity because the bases are loaded. It's your turn to bat, so please.
All right, I'll try to
Get out
bat,
of the
but in all
court
likelihood, I'm just
formula,
gonna whiff it. And I did. Yay!
Beautiful. I'll make a baseball player. Yeah.
You guys haven't rolled anything above a 10 on the vast majority of your attacks.
Yes.
I did a really good job at the lake house. I'm paying for it now.
This does not feel good. But yeah, you don't hit.
That's alright.
This soldier is going to be like, oh shit, this isn't what I want to be behind in a fight. And so they break to the open field, even though that's not a great idea usually. And they also fire their SMG in the same direction. Killing one of the other combatants.
nice.
Alright.
They're doing our job for us.
Alright, yeah, so it's a different soldier's turn. You hear shooting outside. There is conflict. People shoot at each other. Kerbang, kerbang. Yeah.
I can't lie. I really fuck with this music.
Abigail, it is your turn.
Wow. It's time for Abigail to do what Abigail does best, namely, have her way with people, punching them. God damn! She is not doing well today.
All right, so
Even
Alton
if
Miller
she does
has
best.
emptied multiple rounds.
Can I just do
into,
instead of actually well, I'm not actually firing with anything. Can I try using my skill punch instead?
The thing is, it's a different kind of roll. It's a 2d6 roll.
There.
Which is same because that was literally a 5 and a 6 you just rolled, which is pretty good. I will say that you know what? Maybe you like subdue him. Let me make it an opposed skill.
I mean, I could also,
uh
you know.
yeah, you managed to gain
Okay.
control. You managed to gain control of him. Alton has a perfect shot as you hold his arms up. It is a dead individual's turn. A dead individual's turn. Their turn, they further struggle to escape. They do not succeed. There is more gunfire. Alton Miller, it is your turn. You've got it. You want to step back and just shoot him, and it won't hit also Abigail? Or you can do something else.
I'm holding his neck to you. It's right there.
Yeah.
With
Alright.
the taking.
Alright, Max, how
Alright.
you doing?
I give him the Cincinnati stick a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger. I'm not very good at naming things in Cincinnati. Jesus Christ.
Should we get like advantage or some stupid shit?
Alright. You shoot the wall instead. There's more mist.
Yeah, take that, you fucking plasterboard.
Alright, on my turn, I'm literally just gonna fucking snap his neck. I'm just gonna do it.
It's probably would have saved us some time.
This soldier comes over here, and the long and short of it is that there is a protracted gunfight outside, bullets flying. Abigail Valles, give us a, I would say, yeah, punch skill roll to snap his neck.
Okay.
As the mist rises and you hold him in your death grip and bullets flare, the rapport of Alton's revolver backglowing you, and a single crunch punctuating the end of your foe's life.
So, let's get back to business, shall we? What was he tampering with over here?
This appears to
This
be
shit.
some sort of improvised explosive device. It has a remote signaler attached to it at a pivotal point.
Is there any way I
We take
can?
that off.
Yeah, is there any way I can take that off, or
Assuming there's no
make it
tamper
render
proofing.
dysfunctional?
Sure. Assuming there is, also sure.
Tamper proofing.
Do you have any skills that you think might be relevant in this scenario?
Wouldn't have anything to do with programming, would it?
I think a program or a fix might help here.
And if movies have taught me anything, someone talking to the person and being like, okay, here's what you gotta do is important. Could I use talk?
Yes.
Ah,
Use
ooh,
talk.
Yes, please.
Describe what you say to Abigail as she tries to remove the signaler without tripping the explosive.
Alright, you just gotta keep a steady hand here, see? You don't wanna blow us all to smithereens. See?
Oh, that's-
That sort of thing.
Hand me
You-
more lube. My latex is chafing.
You managed to direct it through it. You have disarmed the.
It's more motivate. I don't know what I'm doing.
You've disarmed this device. There is an ongoing gun battle outside. I will say that we will suspend the turn order for about a minute and describe to me what Abigail and Alton do, as there is clearly violence in the facility.
All right, I render that dysfunctional. Is there anything that I can take away from it to render it fully dysfunctional? Like, maybe a key wire or a component liquid of some sort that I can just literally take on my person.
You see two Arnis chemical barrels, which seem to be piped up to a homemade device.
Right, okay.
So
the
the combination of the liquid and injecting them in the device is what detonates it. If you were to irreparably just smash the guts of the device, that would prevent this one from triggering. That wouldn't prevent them.
Glass and grab anything that's cartridge, and then I'm gonna run for the store.
All right, so the liquid, the liquids in the barrels are still in the barrels, and if they were to be part of a chain reaction, they would still explode. But they're not going to.
I'm literally going to kick one over and hopefully in a way that makes it start pouring out in random places.
And I want to take the soldier's gun.
All right. You now have an SMG, which I believe has rules.
Yeah, I can add it to it.
What's movement? And I would have moved here, not all the way over there. So, 6 squares, right?
Yeah.
So I can get here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you guys have a minute in here.
Oh, fair.
But basically, Abigail would get over there and be ready to go out and kill people. All right, Alton Miller, what would you say you do? You pick up the SMG. Do you do anything else? You hear, by the way, next to his head, chatter coming from the helmet.
Oh yeah, I want to see if I would take his helmet.
You did just knock him out.
All right. You're wearing a helmet.
I take my hat off, put the helmet on, put the hat on over the helmet.
Excellent. The helmet. You hear. Hostiles inbound. We have to withdraw. Go with Plan B. We're overloading the systems. That's not going to be permanent. It's going to do enough. Give the bombs ready to blow. They've shot everyone near there. Fine. What about the pump room?
We should try.
Pump room, respond. Someone get to the fucking pump room.
Are there multiple bombs?
Check this door right here.
This door?
Alright, so you guys want to, and as you exit out into the battlefield, we will return to the initiative order. The freedom...
Alright, is this door something we can break through, though?
You can move through it.
Yeah.
The freedom fighter moves up to a control panel and furiously attempts to slam things to stop it from being overridden, and then with their other hand shoots their gun. One-handed gun shooting isn't great, so that doesn't go great for them. The mist rises as the bullet embeds itself in the pipes. The People's Vanguard desperately attempts to just patch up the situation by using the nearby control panels, trying to turn off this emergency opening that you hear going on outside. And you guys hear a heavy flush of water rushing beneath your feet. Lots of it.
That's fine.
It is now Abigail's turn.
Well, I can break through this door. Catch me in.
Oh yeah. So this door seems to have had its local controls overridden, and it is unlocked. You can just open the door.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too.
You rip open the door with your hands very quickly, though, and it slams, and they turn, and they're like, oh, shit.
Faye, I can't see anybody.
Yeah, oh, right, because I haven't done the dynamic lighting yet.
Awesome. Oh, there's no bombs in here. That's
In preference, you're not like wielding a gun at the moment, right?
no.
Okay, that's
I
good.
would ask.
All right, so you step in. What do you do?
Wait, have you actually looked at the chat?
Oh well,
Because
yeah, no, never mind. You shoot. Which one of these? Which one of these is your target?
the first one that I see.
Choo! You damage him. Your laser pistol melting through his armor. He gives a yelp.
Finally, a decent roll.
And is that what you want to end your turn?
I actually would back up one. If I, yeah, I can. I have movement. I'll back a couple actually, because I do have to. Oh, I'm not that far.
All
There we
right.
go.
The soldier continues.
Oh,
This is-
I'd say also there's some enemies in there, but no bombs. So you know.
Whack.
Yeah, kidding.
You hear explosions and shooting elsewhere in the facility as well, and the plop of a heavy body falling into some water. It's a different soldier's turn. A probably dead soldier. No, a living soldier. Who's going to... And you hear, by the way, Max, through the head cam... I can't set off the one in the main room. I'll get to the pipe room. And you see someone dashing to behind cover to your south. And they seem to
I
be
see them.
angling for the pipe room. Yeah, they also see you. They're a little alarmed, but it is Alton Miller's turn before they have a chance to react.
Well, I have a new gun. I would like to give it a try. I'm gonna close the distance to not be in long range,
Hmm.
and then pop you some shotties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you come up between, well framed by the camera, between the two pipe walls. You raise your SMG and give us a burst. Or not a burst, depending.
All right. And I'm trying to remember exactly what burst does in this system, but I suppose we're about to find out.
You can just make
Chassis?
your attack number higher. Yeah, alright, so, a heavy spray of lead, of, succocated, phosphates, just cleans the soldier's guts out onto the field, and leaves a,
That's why they call me Machine Gun Miller.
leaves a nice little, bullet pattern here, as, again, more mist sprays out. And some of the mechanical arms in Tharsis' control facility begin to come to a slow or strain, as the facility is clearly not holding up well under the current events. It's a soldier's turn. The soldier having been shot. It's like, just 10 more seconds. Yes! Alright. And you hear, emergency override, emergency override. All hands... Please be in a secure location. All doors opening. All doors opening. And you hear crank, 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 crank at the bottom of the round. The already opening ones open a bit further as the flood intensifies. And you hear crank, 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 crank across the entire flow control facility. It is, yeah, that guy's dead. This guy is... Well, he's got a pole between him and the guy. He's just gonna fucking shoot, because if he doesn't, he's gonna die. He misses. Abigail, it is your turn.
Okay, so wait, let me look. Are any of the terrorists alive still? Wait, no. I can't see that far, never mind. Alright. Well, with or without backup, I suppose I'll get here so that I can have some partial cover or something. The guy that shot me, do they have any cover? Or the guy that I shot, I should say. Do they have
He's behind a row of computers.
the other guy? Cover?
No, this guy doesn't. That being
Doesn't
said,
matter.
it's not gonna question you. Laser doesn't really hurt anything.
Alright, I'm gonna stand behind this filing cabinet if I can.
Alright, this guy, having taken laser fire, turns around, or steps back here to this console and then sprays their SMG towards you. Even if you hadn't had the cover, that's going to be a miss as they just shoot up a filing cabinet. Papers with holes in them flit and flit out the far side. It is a different soldier's turn. Alright, it's the turn of the soldier who Max killed. It is Alton Miller's turn.
Miller time.
It is Miller time.
All right.
Is it Miller time or is it
This is gonna be one question. But can I walk up here, right here, and shoot this guy through the window?
The thing is, you'll have to dash to get there. Just 12 squares.
Will I?
Yeah, because this is in meters.
Oh, but you did me dirty there, Lee. You did me dirty.
how inconsistent of us? It's almost like we're Americans.
All right. In that case, yeah, I think I'll just be actually going up to like here, and that's probably my turn.
All right. A soldier is going to trade fire at Pat as yet more rounds come downrange her direction, and you know there is just more mist gathering.
I love this fight. By the way, I know we're supposed to save this content for the feedback, but the mist rising. Like a noir film in person.
Please tell me the machine guns are like Thompson submachine guns.
Just be space Thompsons. Yeah, this is a space Thompson gunfight. The People's Vanguard is going to shout, "Whoever you are, fucking cover me, or the whole valley is going to flood." And he's gonna run up to this console and just try to
If I hear that, I'll say, "Gotcha, comrade!" In the most obnoxiously.
access rejected. Access rejected. Fuck. If he needs the comrades with the ID cards, if you need to override the override, a double override, and it is Abigail's turn. Abigail, you are surrounded by mist here, and this warm steam does actually give you some cover. Amazing, Max. Does actually give you some cover.
Jesus Christ, Max, when did you become a paramilitary?
Oh shit!
Wow,
The glow up.
coronavirus is really having strange effects on people.
What can I say? I had this sitting literally just out of frame.
Nice. That was a fire at the person that I've already shot. And let me see. So I'm right there. So
I like stars without number, but I don't like how much it makes you miss. Although honestly, it must be like guys have, yeah, no, like almost no one's rolled even like a 10 tonight. All right, so you want to run up and
We're just having really bad luck
I
with
shot
rolls.
at this person. Now I'm running up this person.
all right, so you're within melee.
To be
range
honest,
of
we
this
have
guy.
you have a better chance to hit in stars about number as with a +1 than you do to in like Warhammer Fantasy if you're a low level character.
That's fair. So yeah, they.
Honestly, I'm feeling like I feel like I'm just gonna use the punch skill from now to do unconventional things because these guys have heavy armor and I'm not getting through it no matter what I do. I love this.
Well,
map.
my machine gun Miller strat seems to be working pretty well.
So this guy is going to quickly have an attack added called Punch.
Sure, Jan.
Yeah, as you see, vibro knuckles extend from their fist.
Okay. I see how it is. Ooh, and that is a good.
They give you a nice poke as blood seeps your dress, glistening the gauntleted spikes.
Good thing I'm wearing black.
Spiked gauntlet, even. Alton Miller.
All right, Miller time. So, gonna kind of pop in through this door, and I'm gonna pop this dude right here,
All right. Now make that attack.
who is just inside my range.
All right. So you're going to burst fire with your SMG, and just like you kersplat him as he just and drapes. He gets draped over this nearby filing cabinet as some mist seeps in, and it is like
Is he still alive?
Oh no, he's fucking dead. I don't know why I did not.
Okay. See, the thing about Alton Miller is what hat he puts on is who he becomes. He wears his detective hat most of the time, but he's in a soldier's hat now.
Yeah.
Amazing. I only have one character, and it's I want money.
People's Vanguard is like, fuck, maybe if you hear a banging out there, and with that you hear, Eastgate stalled, please contact maintenance. And, he says, I thought bought as much time. As the rest of the gates continue to rise, and you hear more and more water powerfully flushing down the Tharsis River. Surely the valley is flooding by now. Those who live along the river are greatly imperiled, and they have no way of knowing because the flood warnings have been deactivated. It is Abigail Valles' turn.
How many Twitter followers do you have, Abigail?
Oh, you know I have a whole bunch. I'll toss my
Tweet
compad
it.
back so that on his turn, Alton can do the tweeting. Doesn't matter who does the tweeting; it only matters who owns the account. That said, Lee, please, if you
That
may,
said, roll your attack real fast.
is it better for me to attack, or should I do a punch skill roll?
Describe to me how you want to take down this individual with a punch skill roll.
Well, all right. So we're in this close combat zone, right? I recently charged. They tried to punch me. I would take their punching hand that failed to hit me, and I would offset their balance, bringing them into a position that I knew I could take them down in, and lay one in on the center of their mass, and then, if I have the time, also uppercut them. So, should I roll a kinesis wrap, or should I roll a punch?
You can both.
I have a +0. Do both?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
It's,
so
alright.
you wrangle him around,
Yeah.
and he winds up smashing his head into this console.
Oh, that's nice. At least. Can I not
Some
hit
broken glass
today?
spreads about, and he takes a damage.
At least I'm damaging him on the wall.
All right, and it is soldier's turn, and this
Max is
guy
just chilling
is gonna
with the
try
weapon.
and he's like and he like tries to lift his SMG and just like fire across the room in a burst,
Right.
and he winds up like lifting it and shooting across like the middle of this arc, and as like console after console just explodes. Alton Miller, it is your turn, and a compad has been thrown to you with Space Twitter up.
I'm gonna space tweet hashtag Mariner Valley, hashtag big flood coming, hashtag evacuate.
Amazing.
That's how Twitter works, right, guys? You just hashtag everything.
Yes. That's all right.
All right, and do you want to like move on your turn as well?
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, so the guy said we need the key card to override the override to shut down the flood.
Yeah.
Do I see it like casual glance? any key cards on the table or in a dead person's hand
Roll
that I
me,
recently shot multiple times?
roll me a notice.
Notice. I definitely pressed the. Okay, there we go.
By the way, yeah. So
Well,
you
well,
notice
well.
it's
Yeah,
in
you
this
noticed.
guy's hand right as you hear, warning, critical pressure levels. Warning, critical pressure levels.
Which guy's hand?
The dead one.
Facility.
Okay, the dead one.
Facility no longer inhabitable. Leave immediately. Leave immediately. And you feel the steam rise and get a lot hotter.
Okay, well,
And we are at 10:35.
I'm going to
so
spend I'm going to get as far as I can towards him with my remaining movement.
We cut to the commercial break as you get you know,
Oh, hey.
you're sprinting across the room and you're getting like, I don't know, here-ish. And with that, 10-minute break.
Have you heard the news about Apocalyptic Americana now available on Drive-Thru RPG and potentially other places when Roll20 responds to my email? I blame the coronavirus on them.
Honestly, probably.
TBH, I'm sure they're like super inundated and their headquarters is definitely totally in the United States and or somewhere that's been super affected by the coronavirus. So
Essentially the entire Western world. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I also imagine they're getting like crazy network traffic.
You're
Like network
probably
traffic is
not
up
wrong.
like every website across the board.
I basically messaged it the first day that it was super important, so like I definitely dragged my feet way too long on that.
Yeah, I get that.
What a pity. Anyway, we have a 30-minute break. I don't really need to eat, but I could go for
A
a
30-minute break? I thought it was like a 10-minute break.
Whatever. Same thing.
No, but all right. Yeah. I will. Actually, I won't entertain the audience. I'm gonna get a snack. Have fun, audience, on your own.
Well, I'm back. Hello, America. And/or other places.
Hello, Barbados. Fuck you if you're not in the Barbados right now.
Hello, Madagascar. Please, please let me apply for citizenship. I know it's short notice, but you see, got some real good reasons to leave the United States right now. And Madagascar, of all places, before you close your border, seems to be the
I think Madagascar already has cases.
Really? Damn, it's not like the
I gotta
pandemic,
double check that, but like, the disease I compare this one to the most is the Spanish flu. There was only one place in the entire world that didn't get the Spanish flu, and it was a small island in the Pacific Ocean. It was a British colony. The guy who was in charge of the colony liked to listen to reports on the radio for fun. He kept hearing reports about these weird diseases happening in places, and before anyone else was reacting, he's like, I'm going to shut down the island. I'm going to close the whole island off. No one's allowed to come on, no one's allowed to leave. And he did that, and they kept it that way for like 2 years or something, and it was the only place on Earth never to have a smallpox case. Or Spanish flu case.
True facts. Especially that little bit at the end. Beautiful.
So, you know, that guy, from Tampa. That's unfortunate. I've seen those stories about the people going to the beaches and the malls because it's still spring break.
Alright, so true story. I work at a pharmacy. And so people come in all the time. New customers coming after stuff, right? So this woman from Orlando, Florida, or somewhere around there, she came into the store and she started coughing on one of our customers and my boss's wife, who is also my boss. So my boss, Karen, she's both a Karen and named Karen. She comes up to this employee, or this, would-be customer, and she's like, can you please not cough on our guests? We have like a 6 foot apart from each other policy. And she's real polite about it in spite of being, you know, that what she is and what she's named. And of course, if she's watching this, please don't fire me. I love you. You're a great boss. In spite of all that, this woman is, you know, super offended by the fact that she was told not to cough on other patients. And, you know, please refrain from getting super close to people, especially if you're from like a hotbed of disease, like anywhere in Florida right now. So she leaves the store. She takes pictures of the fucking store and she puts them on like her social media, and she's like super offended by the fact that she was told not to spread a fucking infectious disease. Like, can you please consider everybody around you and just be respectful?
Yeah, I took a leave of absence from my job working at an escape room because, in no small part, I was, every group that came in, I was getting angry at them for doing it. Like, I didn't, like, show it, but I was just getting, I was seething. I'd be like, why are you here?
Yeah, I work at a pharmacy, so it's totally different, but,
yeah, go to a pharmacy during a pandemic. It has useful things. An escape room is essentially a room you go into and touch stuff that everyone else touches.
You're not wrong. Like, look, I'm super here for all the businesses, like escape rooms, that exist in normal circumstances to provide normal functions for normal members of society. That said, these are not normal times.
Indeed. All right, so look at you, Brian. Sounds like a classy plague bear. Oh my. All right, so I appreciate. All right, so we had the public health PSA.
Sorry.
Public health PSA. Leave Florida, Q Prime. Run.
Run, you run!
Run. I know Tampa's like central Florida. It's gonna be a bit of a run, but you'll know you'll be safe when you hit Alabama, because Alabama's really known for good public health.
You know what? I think I left.
Actually, no, it would be shit. Alabama's on the left. What's Georgia? Yeah, Georgia. You'll know to be safe when you hit Georgia. Georgia's also known for
back in
great
a minute.
public health. Or, hear me out here, just run south. Just keep running south into Cuba. To be honest, probably not much of a worse bet at this point. So Lee, we're going to answer some philosophical questions to fill the airtime.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that couples who are stuck together in quarantine are having more sex or less sex?
Now that is actually an interesting question because I love the quarantines 12 years from now joke, but I don't know. A lot of the people I've seen posting about it are like going a little stir crazy because it's kind of not exactly analogous, but you know that one French play, Huis Clos? I don't remember the English name of it. Where they're all stuck in a room that's hell, basically, no exit. Yeah, it's called No Exit, and like,
Oh yeah.
and they want to, and like at some point the dude is willing to fuck the lady, but the lesbian is like intently watching him, like, oh yeah, do it, and he's just like, no, I can't get it up. And I think that coronavirus is the murderous lesbian of Huis Clos, and that the coronavirus influence is going to be overall depressing, but will initially I think there's going to be a lot of this.
What did I miss?
And I think that for
What's
couples
going on?
that have already passed like the road trip test, they're probably going to keep doing a lot of this, although maybe a little more as time goes on. But I think that they're going to fuck a lot initially and then probably drive each other insane. And there's been a lot of relationships that don't last, but they're stuck together.
I'm so confused, but maybe turned on? I don't know.
I digress. Alton Miller is sprinting across the room. It's a soldier's turn, but all the soldiers are dead. It's People's Vanguard's turn.
I don't know what I just heard. Anyway. Clearly, Miller and the GM play more interesting small talk when I'm not around than when I am.
Yeah, the People's Vanguard doesn't manage to slow down the process at all. Abigail Vaz, your valets, you're still in quite the fight with this individual. What's your play?
Well, alright, so, considering everything has transpired, I'm gonna try this. Lee, so, I wouldn't be considered sneaking, would I? Or, like, unbeknownst or anything? Doesn't matter, actually, whatever. I'm gonna punch the fucker in the head and hope they die. No? Do they die? Here's the hoping. Probably gonna be at like 2 HP. It's gonna be super annoying. Shot for me!
So that's a hit for literally how much HP they had left.
Ah! Yes!
Chink.
It is not the super annoying thing that I predicted.
Take him down.
Fuck yeah.
And what do you want? What does Abigail do after she finishes him?
Alright, so she's finished him. The computer that was being used, was all shot up and shit. Is there anything around here that I could potentially access to shut this whole open doors policy thing down? Like, can I, you know, stand on a pulpit and read Dr. Seuss so that, you know, people can't get around to making the borders less restricted with regards to the water and, of course, the valley beneath? How do I shut it down, Lee?
So,
Going on.
how do you shut down the Tharsis flow control facility?
Yeah. How do I slow down the the
Well,
rushing river outside.
there's the
Like-
key card that Alton's going for on this guy that the dude out here is relevant. If you went up to a non-ruined computer console, you might be able to use program.
All right, I'm gonna like jimmy on over here. I have to roll an acrobatics leap over the table. Leap. Kind of leap.
Mm-hmm.
Can you leap?
You leap. Yes, you hop over the desk and give me a programming roll.
Beautiful, beautiful. Here's to hoping. It's not super bad, but it's not awesome.
Also, just a heads up to anyone who's listening or in the stream who might not know, the Tomb Raider is free right now on Steam.
Wait, tell them this after the stream. They're gonna leave us.
All right, so
They
they have to download it.
Multiple screens.
They have to download it. But
Let's play it right now.
Abigail Velez, you managed to. You don't have the key card yet, so it's like, and you're taking a while. You're getting in, but it's taking a while. All right, so yeah, and Max, it is your turn. Alton Miller's turn. Alton
All
Miller,
right, I'm
sprint
gonna
across the room, the key card, have her,
Continue my mad dash.
yank
Get
it
the
off the
key
lanyard.
card. Toss it to Abigail.
Abigail, you swipe it. You give me another program check.
This time at advantage. Huh.
All right, you managed to reverse the flow. You managed to lower most of the gates of the against the tides, cutting off the water. But one of them, the far eastern one, is jammed.
That sucks.
Yeah, and the initial flood wave has hit. However, you're getting your compad and Alton Miller's hand is blowing up with hits as people say, "What the fuck?" and "Why am I not hearing about this on the news?" Followed by people pointing out new news articles as developing stories evolve like within minutes of, "Hey, there's a massive flood and people are dying."
Hey, thank you, Alton, for giving me this amazing PR. Anyways, let's go kill the baddies and get me my money. It's become such a hassle. Who knew being a landlord was this hard? Clearly, they deserve every penny they get. Especially in these trying times.
All right, so
We should probably yeet this place anyway, though. I'm not sure if it's gonna, flood or not.
yeah,
Well, can we shut down that other one, or is it literally jammed and there's really no way we can do anything about it?
So this dude runs up to this shotted window and says, "Hey, I don't know who the fuck you are, but I have people coming who know how to deal with this. But we need to drop that grate. All right?
Drop the grate.
Yes, I'm going to have to go out there physically with a meta tool and cut the restraints. They seem to have engaged in some sabotage."
I walk up to Abigail. I say, "We haven't been working together for very long, but I believe you can do this. Good luck."
You know what? I'm not sure why I'm paying you quite as much as I am. Freedom fighter, my dear friend, my comrade, mine. Let it be known that well, not publicly, of course, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, please don't fucking advertise this, but let this be known that, the Velez family supports your, cause and shit, and, when I get the land that I'm due, by the way, I'm the, obvious inheritor of the land, all that land over there. When I get the land from the will, let it be known, I've got, green Martian, ideals and plans and shit in place.
All right, so
I wait to see the response.
So what are you?
Like, happy about
Wait. So what do you,
basically, like, out with cards ablazing, except of course they're, only somewhat my card.
Wait, so what do you say to them?
I say basically like, let it be. These guys are Green Martian, right? Like these are.
You don't know who they're with.
Can I roll a notice to check?
I mean, so like these people look like they don't look like the paramilitaries. They look like the East German separatists or like the left-leaning individuals that you saw in the club.
Right. Well, I'll just say like I have leftist environmentalist ideals.
All right, they're like
so
excellent.
I'm hoping you're on the side of that.
The Free Tharsis League will embrace your support. There's much work to be done in the coming days.
Please don't advertise this out loud. I prefer to be a private benefactor.
Of course. A professional revolutionary cannot afford to be indiscreet.
Exactly, right?
But yes, the next.
Don't kill the fucking government.
Look,
Tally ho.
Look, we're just the forward scouts. We have people coming here to take control of the facility, but we were just the forward scouts. We only moved in because we saw a fight was starting. And they were moving ahead with their explosions.
Yeah. You go deal with the things. We'll turn the reservoir off.
He's like, yeah, I'll make sure the bombs are disarmed. And he goes about making sure the bombs are disarmed. So yeah, Abigail.
I don't make it carried off somewhere else, and I'm otherwise incapable of doing the thing that I told you that I would do. I'm very sorry, and viva la revolution. Anyway, Alton, meet me. No. Let's go. Do the
All right.
that I told the terrorists I would do. So, wait, how feasible and otherwise reasonable is the task that I was offered? Can I do it? Should I do it?
So do you want to all right. Here's what this would involve, right? You would be rappelling down this rock face.
Have repelled before. You do know things about repelling.
You have to rappel and get to a point under this rock and go like with a meta tool. Are you prepared for that?
That honestly doesn't sound as hard as I thought it would be, nor as time consuming. And my land, of course, is in jeopardy if this place floods, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the land's already been fucked a bit by the fact that it flooded as much as it did, but it'll be even worse if you don't stop. Like, the longer you... every second is more damage and more lives.
No, I'm gonna do this.
Alright, who do you have?
No, I don't
Alton.
give a shit about
Alton, do you hold, like, a rope or something as she descends?
Yeah, I'm trying to move my character out to help her, but, like, I can't get through this door.
I did not remove...
My dear...
There we go.
My dear Alton.
Yeah, I'll like...
If I die, you're not getting paid, so help me, bitch.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys get... Alright, so, Alton, you secure the rope, and Abigail, you, rappel. Can you give Lee a... Can you give me an exert at a +2 modifier? And I would say it's a dex exert.
Oh, well, really? Because I'm okay with it being... Well, no, actually, I do prefer dex. That'd be a +1. Never mind. So it's a 9.
You're down here. You've got the meta tool. You've got the like, there's water's like bracing against you. You see the brace. You manage to pop down one of them. It lowers a bit, but then catches on something that's right below the flow of the water, spraying out against the rock. It looks like you're gonna have to go down there and be buffeted by the waves to actually take care of this. Give me a fix roll.
Come on. Any modifier?
Nope.
And is it a strength fix or dex fix?
It's dex fix. Ooh, or an int fix. Yeah, so you manage to get locked, and for a second, though, as the system resets, it goes up rather than down, and a huge wave of water splashes across you as you make me a physical save.
Okay. One sec, let me get that up. Save. Ooh. Shit. Oh no. What does that do me? I got a 14 or 12 out of 14.
Alton, you feel the rope tense as Abigail is thrust down by the waters. What do you do to save her?
I hold the line.
All
Love
right.
isn't always on time.
All right. Can you give me a strength exert?
We will see.
Can you though? Is the question.
Not well, no.
You kind of hold out.
Oh.
Abigail, give me another exert to get to the safety of this rocky bosom. You manage to swing over, and with a clank, 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 it drops down. Behind you, you see the Tharsis River Valley just like decimated, as all the buildings you saw along the waterline, and mostly that weren't like pre-terraforming habs, have just been knocked down. The
What
lake
does this
house.
mean for my father's ideal for this place? Anything different or not?
His plan didn't take into account a significant flood damaging the location, but it hasn't been made null by the fact that it did, especially because while lots of the shipping facilities were there, the shipping facilities were made robust enough to withstand Mars's storms pre-terraforming, so they'll probably be alright. Some a little waterlogged, and most of the mining habs are higher up along the ridge line. So, however, some of the more recent townships probably got either destroyed or terribly gutted.
Places
So there's
that
a
are-
massive humanitarian crisis for hundreds of thousands to tens of thousands of Martians right now.
Goodness. I suppose it would behoove me to build emergency housing, wouldn't it? Large structures, the likes of which might eventually perhaps be converted into hotels when this crisis is averted.
But yeah,
What a pity. What a tragedy. What a humanitarian cause.
Yeah,
The
something
life
else occurs to you though. Whoever owns the land, well, your father did have a very large disaster insurance policy.
Did he know?
Indeed.
How hard.
Indeed, and
It always comes back to fucking insurance. Piece of shit motherfucker, Lee. I'm about to drive down to your goddamn house, fuck the quarantine, and punch you in the goddamn face for making such a goddamn brilliant thing.
yeah, which right now is probably going to be the bank very soon if you don't get that ship and claim the digital contract to take control of your rightful lands. With
Yes,
that,
so we need to go to the fucking bank.
you managed to
yesterday.
draw Alton and Abigail. You managed to make it away. You do see several like space like flying trucks park as you depart, and they do offload partisans. You hear on the news as you are making absconding away in your Cadillac Verara 3000 that a paramilitary group going by the name of the Free Tharsis League, or FTL, are taking control of the region, and they are threatening to use their control of the Tharsis Flow Control Center to basically gain a stranglehold on that region of Mars and bring the government to the negotiating table.
I'd just like to remind them that I'm their friend.
All right, yeah. So, well, this is on the news as you guys make it back to.
Oh yeah,
your
no,
ship.
that's me leaving. I'm just like, they're taking control of things. We're good, you know. Like we're your friends and shit. You know, we good. We Gucci. We on the same page.
I try to get updates on the news by listening to the daily podcast by the severed head of Michael Barbaro.
You gain a middling amount of information, but yeah, it sounds like there's been a massive disaster, and news stories have flooded, blaming Arnis Chemical and calling on the government to look into Arnis Chemical's shadowy holding company.
they really ought to do something about that shadowy holding.
Although you do
company.
notice some strange details in the articles.
Amazing.
They almost seem like rough edits have been made to them at the last second.
Hmm.
And some of the details don't quite match up with what you experienced at the dam. And other details, like the explosions or what was found in the residue, just don't match up with reality. Or what you saw.
Hmm.
Or what someone could have even known if they hadn't been there.
Hmm. How interesting.
They
None of
all
this is.
seem to have been originally written assuming that a massive series of explosions completely destroyed the dams.
It's
Casting
almost like the
blame.
news how it was gonna happen before it happened, huh? You certainly haven't inserted your political biases into the proceedings, have you, Lee?
If we're talking about inserting personal things into tabletop games, you're no one to talk.
Look, just because all of my societies are based on matriarchal, assumptions, and also that men are bad guys. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, so Abigail and Alton are back in the Verara over Mars. You can see the devastation below. It's looking pretty bad. Emergency vessels are responding, and there's been an emergency session. Like as you fly towards Marsopolis, you hear that there's an emergency session of the Martian Congress has been called. The Congressional Republic is in crisis, and they have. I mean, there's already the emergency offices have already fallen in to deploy aid locally and regionally, but the people are suspecting that an emergency bill to allow a planet-wide response in state of emergency might be made.
Well, we better knock over this bank before that happens.
I have the same exact thing on mind. Please, shall we? To Marsopolis Central Bank. I have a withdrawal to make. I've already made that joke, but you know what? It's just as funny the second time.
Is there anything that you
not
two?
at all funny.
Is there anything that you guys do in transit to the bank? Reach out to people on Harmony, converse, strategize, go over what you know.
So, we know we need to get into the bank. Strategy, let's get into the bank.
All right.
You know what? I couldn't have said it better myself.
I mean, we know you have the biosignature to get into that one bit. There's probably a combination also, but like, we'll just guess. It's probably 420 and then blaze it.
I don't know about that. See that?
I do.
It's never my father's thing. It might be mine, but not his.
So yeah, you return to the Marsopolis downtown. Things are still on edge here from, the massive shooting involving automatic weapons that happened, like, literally across the street from the bank.
All right. I kind of vaguely remember doing that. Now, we don't have any Greenpeace friends who are amenable to assisting us here, do we?
They are willing to run the interference on the triple backup system for 3D surveillance, but it's not a guaranteed thing that they'll succeed because of the off-site storage in one of them in an orbital satellite, which has tough security and no chance of a physical crack.
Oh, tragedy. And do we have any terrorist friends? Like, period? At all? Question mark?
I mean, you've encountered some politically active individuals. You didn't swap phone numbers with them.
Okay, here's the plan. I remember there was like a loading dock to the left of the building. So let's just start, casually walking along. Do that A. Do that do. Do that A.
The soldiers out front of the bank sort of like look and give you the Sup, Nod.
Hmm.
By the way, Alton, do you still have your like Space Thompson with you?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
I've probably left that in the helmet in the car. You
Alright.
kidding me?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
probably walking with you, maybe shoulder and shoulder, like a couple might.
Yeah, exactly. You know. A da-da-do. A do-da-ba.
They
A dee-da-do.
get a load of these two
That'd be-
lovebirds as you
Mhm.
A dee-da-do.
make your way to
Do
the
that.
loading bay.
Da. Aha, loading door.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
A do-da-da.
Yeah, no.
So,
we need
you,
to
you
do
see
the-
there's a truck parked here, and there is like just a metal like box that comes off of the wall here. There's also a blast door. So Abigail sneaks, and Alton, you want to sneak for me as well?
Oh yeah.
I would like to say that my sneak was a social sneak, charisma, which is the same benefactor,
Modifier.
same modifier. That's the
Yeah.
one.
So
Yes.
how this will be working is that the surveillance will be rolling against you, but you will not see the surveillance's rolls. So you made the rolls you
I would
made.
like to do a if it's not the surveillance, or even if it is the surveillance cameras detecting us, I would like to perhaps vocally and performatively discuss matters of relationship nature with this individual with
All right,
whom I'm walking.
what do you say to him?
Privacy in doing so. So I'm like, hey, let's talk over here by this parked car and blah blah blah, or maybe we're having a fight or something. You know. So basically, since I was doing kind of a social hide sneak, I should say, I would like to kind of socially sneak and assist Alton Miller in doing so as well. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys managed to schmooze your way. You have about the lay of this alley. What do you do back here? What do you do?
Ah.
Oh, I did not actually put dynalighting blockers where this door is. I did where there isn't a door. Fascinating.
Wait, what? There isn't a door down here?
No, there is a door, but there was a blocker where there wasn't a door. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I would say perhaps, Alton, you're a terrible person. I don't know why I married you right after leaving high school. I feel like, my whole life has been a bad series of mistakes, and perhaps I should lean against this compound in a way that might, perhaps involve a programming sort of thing.
Listen here, Dave.
See if I
I
can't
come
open
home and I want a hot meal.
Oh, ha Lee, I'm trying to kind of casually hack my way into the system while I'm having an argument with my would-be partner in certain activities. Does an 8 do the trick, Lee, or
Yeah. It is the
am
trick.
I up the creek without a paddle? Like I feel in our relationship, you mongrel, savage, brute. All you want is a hot meal, and all I want is a hot mic.
Alright, so you managed to Jimmy open the door.
Even though it's being so loud. Anyway, I've opened the door. Let's go in. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop myself in, kind of like pretending I'm falling or something, and I'm gonna be like, don't come at me, bro.
I'm gonna come at you, brah.
Yeah, so you step into the mechanical backings of the bank. You
At this point, I pop my trench coat collar like real high.
About time you popped your trench coat collar. You've got men's work to be done.
Indeed. So, you don't see anything immediately preventing you from proceeding. But, yeah, you're in the mechanical back girdings. It seems to be a storage area with racks, like they'd be used to transfer back physical goods, bullion into the bank, out of the bank. You do know that there is full spectrum 3D surveillance. If your friends are doing their job well, then you should be ghosted out of the footage due to a corruption.
All right.
I think we're friends with hackers.
And these grates.
Shall we
continue.
continue down? Me?
Yeah, so you guys walk out here, and
Interesting. So I'm seeing that there's a wall here, and ooh, is that a? Oh my goodness, that is a vault door, isn't it? Wow. Who'd have thunk? I'm very, very much in admiration of whomever could possibly have created such a beautiful, beautiful asset. And my goodness, is that a 9-way symmetry I'm seeing? That would be a pain to produce and paint. But I'm sure whomever made the tile set in which it is included really deeply cares about those using the asset and would have done so painstakingly in order
check the
to
chat for the link.
create a
Yeah.
marvelous
Not to
piece of
belabor the
art.
point, these are the grates that you saw right behind the tellers.
Okay, sorry. These things
Okay,
are
we'll keep it quiet then.
beautiful.
Alright, so you sneak up and you find the door. There is an access control panel. And as you recall, Max, from earlier, it requires a biosignature from the on-duty manager, in addition to an encrypted key, to get this door open.
Oh shit.
You did
We
see
have a knock.
Meowdrith at her desk when you
Wait,
came in.
didn't I like nick something off her desk or like?
Oh,
Trying to remember. I'm not honestly not sure if I did.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely recall this, but I don't remember specifics of it.
So you wanna use like a hair or something to like fake it.
Yeah,
All right, Abigail.
because
You
I
wanna,
did meet with her. earlier.
Abigail, you want to give us a program?
Yeah, I'll do that. Skills, program.
I'm really looking forward to
Any
going back,
manga?
watching that episode, and finding out I did no such thing.
Perhaps we won't even have to wait that long. I rolled a 5. Can't imagine that was a decent programming roll.
Mm-hmm.
Tragedy.
Yeah, so, you, hear a alarm go off and a pneumatic closing of a door. It sounds like, people are rushing in somewhere, and, like a something somewhere might be, I don't know, opening.
That's not good. Lee, when I was over here, did I get a chance to look through those grates? Because I would have tried.
No, so they're not see-through, even though they are grates. I know it's a contradiction.
No, don't worry. It's alright. I understand. Not all grates are easily look throughable.
Not all grates are really that great.
Exactly. It's like you read my mind. Anyway, Lee, are we rolling initiative? What are we up to?
Not at the moment, but you do feel that you are, how do I say it, on the clock?
Mm-hmm. So, can I re-roll my, program then? Because I intuit that it didn't work.
Yeah, so you can, re-roll your program.
Better roll. I'll take that.
A much better roll. So yeah, after a moment and some initial response gets popped off, you manage to grind open this, but you are on the clock. You find your way into the safe room. There's all sorts of rows and rows and rows of boxes. You're in the vault. There's nothing just like loose here, though. What are you gonna do?
We know the name of the vault. Sorry, the deposit box that my father had, right? We know the number.
Yeah, you
And
managed
the,
to find box 470.
Yeah. So I go to 470, use my biometric signature, and
and there's also the combination.
Ooh,
It's
right,
a 4-digit combination.
What sort of skill would handle guessing or ascertaining that? Would I have perhaps an advantage knowing my father, or, considering this?
Well, this doesn't belong to your father. This belonged to the lawyer.
Ooh, you're right. Perhaps considering the,
Okay, I have a plan. How many digits is it?
It's a great question, Lee. How many digits?
It's 4 digits.
Did you say 6?
4.
4. Oh, easy. 1969.
All right.
What? Why?
Yep. First off, looked at his office. He's obviously into, history of the past. In 1969 is the year that the moon landing happened, and he lives on Mars, so space travel is obviously very important. And also, nice.
Why did I hire a moron?
What key do you put in?
I mean, no, I'm gonna let that happen because that's what Max said, and I'm gonna let it happen.
You key in the 1969, put your biometric on, and it opens up.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't get
Yo, I really hope you had some actual logic behind there, and I just bullshitted my way straight in with the first guess. Like when you go to the third floor of that rocket building in New Vegas, and then there's a robot that's like, "What's the password?" You can just say ice cream, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. So you managed to get it open. You have the box, and you hear the grates opening as you hear people shout, "Don't move! We have you surrounded! Hands up! The cops are about to be here in 2 minutes."
Who is shouting that? Is it people that I would recognize as members of the law enforcement community?
I can take a wild fucking guess, and it's the soldiers that were standing directly outside.
Yeah, Alton's PI intuition might in fact hold up there.
Yeah, that's more or less what I thought.
So yeah, how do you guys play this?
So,
Well, shit. That's an excellent question.
excuse me. I will
All right,
have
no, wait.
to know that I belong.
Oh, are you gonna Karen them? Okay, go for it.
in this very vault. It belongs to my family. It belongs to me by right of law. And I will have you know that I need to speak to your fucking manager if you are going to treat me with this disrespect, this lack of humanity. I feel offended, and I need to speak to someone in charge here because you people.
Oh, we'll show you someone in charge. Just come out with your hands up real nice.
Sorry, what did you just say to me? What on earth or Mars did you just say to me? Young man, I will have you know that when I was your age, yes, Botox does work. When I was your age, I would never have spoken to my superiors with such a tone.
You hear a clank, 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 clank sound as heavy metal treads grow closer. And they say, listen. Maybe this has all been a big misunderstanding. We just gotta take you downtown and have a talk about it.
You people
Okay, I gotta do something real quick. I have a plan.
down.
I
To go down.
I take out my handcuffs. I take out the key. I toss the key at Abigail, and I handcuff myself.
Alright.
Interesting.
Alright, so you've alright, so Abigail, did you do anything about that? Other than turning around to catch an object that they don't know what it is, and you hear the clip sound.
Like, huh, okay, hot.
And what has Alton done with the handcuffs? Are they handcuffed so as to present themselves as a prisoner of my own? Or are they...
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Now...
Well, you don't know in character necessarily my game here, but yes, my goal is to act as if you took me prisoner.
Right, well...
My plan was originally to act as if I was taking you prisoner, but then you walked out demanding to see a manager, so I did improvise.
Nice. I'll play along with it. I think I can intuit that much. I've definitely, known Alton Miller a little bit in several senses, including that which is biblical. And I perhaps know how to interpret their body language. So I'm gonna go play along with it. I'm gonna take Alton as my prisoner. I'm gonna see what Alton says to make it work.
Well, I'm gonna kind of just try to well up, get some tears going.
What are you this time? Pirate?
Security expert. You took me
Security.
prisoner to help you break in.
Oh, beautiful. I like it. And
they're gonna figure out it's me, so I'm gonna be me, but that's why you kidnapped me.
sounds great.
Alright, so do you push him out around the corner or what? They sound pretty tense over there.
Do that. I'm gonna put them out
Oh,
around
also, I'm gonna real quick. I'm like, hey, take my gun. It'd be kind of sus if I had a gun on me as a prisoner.
I figured I'd already done so.
Okay.
I'm an expert at handling other people's guns for them. After all, I put it in my satchel, which I definitely have, or purse, depending on which I have.
Alright, so you try and when you come down the corner, whoa. Do you have a hostage? Whoa, on. This doesn't need to evolve. Rather negotiate here soon.
He's not a hostage. He's a security professional and didn't do his damn job for me.
Help! She's crazy. She took me prisoner to break into this place.
You see a safe T-bot step around this corner.
Oh, it's a robot. Okay, we can just kill those, right? I'm just gonna kill it.
Wait, so do you shoot at it?
See, I feel like there's not gonna be a better resolution to this if I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot at it using Miller as a hostage.
Okay, you miss, and they're like, holy fuck! And they get in cover, and you hear a come off of a tube, and then you tink, 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 as a cylindrical vial rolls to a stop at Alton Miller's feet. Do you look down at it?
Do I, or does Alton?
Is this look like a shrapnel grenade or a gassy grenade? I'm really hoping the latter.
Do you look at it?
Yeah, it's right at my feet.
Okay, Pat, do you?
I'm gonna kick it.
Alright, make me a dexterity exert to kick it away in time.
Oh, for that.
What's the difference in modifiers?
Honestly, a dexterity.
Alright, so you kick it, and it's sailing to about the middle of the room when it goes off with a white hot flash and bang as your head's and both of you make a physical save.
Damn.
Max, physical save. Me set oil.
Physical say sorry, yeah. Takes me a second to pull it up.
Do I not get advantage because I'm using Miller as a meat
Did I
shield?
close the tab? Oh.
Oh, damn. Damn. Miller does not like being a meat shielded. Fuck you, Miller. You're so cruel to me.
Alright, so Abio Wallace. Yeah, so Alton Miller, you managed to win some time when you recognize what it is. and like sort of turn your head away. You still have a ringing, but you're free to act. Abigail Welles, you are stunned for a round as the Flash and Bang do their job. Al Miller, you are still, however, restrained and handcuffed as a safety bot approaches and says, "I am here to ensure your safety," with a brandished stun prod. How do you react?
My gun is definitely readily accessible to you, should you so desire.
See, the thing is, I don't see us getting out of this not being captured. So my play here is to get captured and be fine with that.
Mhm.
So, as such, I flop on the floor.
Okay. They're like, please do not resist, please do not resist, and then the safety bot is going to come up and charge their stun prod and be like, and they are going to go ahead and try to pop you.
Waiting on that roll. Pop me or pop Miller?
Pop you.
Suppose. Okay.
Yeah, because you know you were like you're like shooting at people and stuff, and like not, and like, please stop resisting, please cooperate. Zzz, as you get buzzed hard, you lose a turn to being stunned, and they're like, do we just let the safety bots do this? Like, yeah, better them to get shot than us. And then another stun attack comes in, and that misses terribly. And another safety bot is in here, but now we can actually, I think, enter initiative order, but basically it's just Abigail moves and then safety bot moves. So what do you do on this go round?
Okay.
Do you want to continue the trade? Do you want to like?
Actually,
would you lower
I
your
might
weapon?
want to take. I'm gonna roll into the initiative as well because of something I might try to do.
Okay.
All
I don't
right.
want to leave you too high and dry here.
So I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
spit. I'm assuming that I had their keys in my mouth because that seems like a reasonable thing for me for some reason. But either way, I'm gonna spit Miller's keys onto him, and then I'm going to try, offering my hands as a gesture of goodwill, and then taking those hands that they might otherwise cuff me with, and shocking them full of kinetic energy.
And give me a perform roll to dupe them into this.
Oh, okay. That's actually great. Let me try that. Could I perhaps use a talk roll instead, as I
Yeah.
might be discussing the matter with them? You know what? I didn't realize with whom I was discussing this. Please, officers, take me now. So let me give you a talk roll. Did I buy it?
They are quite vulnerable, as they say, engaging in pacification protocol, handcuffing
Thank you.
suspect,
I didn't realize.
and then kerbang them. You can give me the attack.
Yeah, can I just use my assassin thing to deal with the one that's right next to me?
Yeah, roll for the damage.
Excellent. I shall.
All right, so you dang them for 4 damage. Alton Miller, it's your turn. Do you act at this point?
Yes. So, I want to start by, my foot's presumably somewhat near Abigail. I want to kind of like tap her foot with my foot to get her attention. Mouth the word run, and then stand up all disorientedly and accidentally stumble onto the robot.
All right.
Nearest to both of us.
Give me either a perform or an exert.
I'll do a perform.
All right. With that, Alton Three Stooge knocks into the front safety bot, which is losing stability, cannot act in a way to harm this organic that is complying, losing stability, bang, bang, bang. And there is just a 3-person pile up.
I would run grabbing the keys as I
Yeah,
do.
the safety bots are kind of not able to do anything at the moment. This one comes around the corner, lights up their stun prod, and the soldiers are like, "What the hell's going on in there?" And Abigail, it's your turn. You want to run for it?
Yeah, I'm eating.
All right. All right. So you are escaping on foot. Do you call perhaps someone you know who's a getaway driver?
I do.
All right.
This is a good plan. This worked out well.
Alright, so you keep running down this alleyway, Alton Miller. After all is said and done, people go out. The soldier comes out and they're like, "So, did she leave the handcuffs that she captured you with here?" Ah, okay. Well, yeah. So we're gonna have to detain you. But yeah, sorry about all this, sir.
No, it's all right. I kind of always wanted to visit Mars, just not like this.
Yeah, as they're taking you out, though, Meowdrith comes out and she says, You were in here. You were casing the joint."
Yeah, sorry about that whole thing earlier. She had a high-powered rifle on me from the next building across.
Oh my god, pointing to my office? Give me a Chaw Talk to sell
Well, that's
it.
what she told me.
Give me a Chaw Talk to sell that.
Okay.
Javier
Come on, don't fail me
Valles.
now. Yes.
Javier Valles, you flee and your getaway driver makes a crucial roll. And the police attempts to pursue you. And the coppers are overtaking you, Abigail, in a comical Marsopolis rooftop chase.
Can we get a Benny Hill theme, please? I'll do it. I'll do it. You guys keep talking.
So the cops are on the way, or the cops are hot on your trail. You're escaping. He's like, "I don't know what we're gonna do, boss, but I don't know how to shake them." You're zooming around the spires of Marsopolis.
Just
Indeed.
start throwing like car detritus out the window at them.
Yeah. All right. So, question: do these cars have jet or like not jetpack? Sorry. Do they have escape canvas planes? What is the word I'm looking for?
Parachute?
Yes.
Escape
canvas.
In case of EMP detonation, it was an East Martian safety regulation that all flying cars did have to have them. And this is an East Martian made car. If it was made by the West Martians, then it probably wouldn't, unless it was added as a luxury feature or a hazard feature, because not really a luxury item. So, do you want to have them deploy the parachute?
I mean, yeah, shut down our shit, deploy the parachute when we get closer to the ground. Pretend that we're having a fatal car accident.
Alright, so he cuts the throttle. They go zooming over. He sells it perfectly. Then cuts, and then shielded by it, cuts it and zooms off up the very high tide Tharsis River and the Delta and over the several flooded islands. And with that,
also point out those grab shoots are a thing, and it might be a grab shoot rather than a parachute.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was not me like correcting you. That's just me remembering there was something in the system that acts like a parachute.
Yeah.
Right.
But Alton, so you find yourself after a long series of events in a police interrogation chamber.
Guys, we split the party. Look at that.
We did it, everyone. Mission accomplished.
So, yeah.
Ta-da!
What do you, so they bring you in, and after a brief wait, they say, "So, sit down. I'm given to understand we've ID'd you as one Alton Miller, private investigator from Earth. Tell me, Alton, how are you enjoying the Martian weather?"
Well, it'd be a lot nicer if it wasn't for all the crime I was coerced into doing.
Yeah, tell me, how'd a seasoned dick like yourself wind up wrapped up in that sort of business?
Oh my.
Well, some Martian dame fed me a story about, walked in with the walking sticks, fed me a story about some person tailing her around town, wanted me personally to come down, brought me into the spaceship, and on the spaceship she pulled the old 42 Skidoo on me.
The 42 Skidoo,
Wanted me
I
to
know
be
it
her
well.
patsy in a bank robbery.
Oh my. What a tall tale. Little me.
Essentially, I tell them like something that's vaguely approximate to the truth.
Mhm.
But instead of me being hired to do what I was here, I was hired to do an unrelated PI thing by a person who is similar but not quite Abigail.
Mhm. Damn, do I not have a non-broken version of this?
Did you not upload the non-broken version?
I'm
Send
not,
it
anyway,
to the
point is, yeah. So you're in the
Who's
interrogation
similar to
chamber.
but not quite Abigail. And then
I see. Now, do you know what Miss Valais would have been after in that vault?
well, I do not name Abigail Valais. I say I make up a name, for example, Betty Berfudus.
So, Betty, you got any idea what she might have been after in that vault?
Nah, I never got a look inside the box.
Alright, well,
Probably jewels.
you gotta understand,
Maybe
Alvin,
like a Maltese Falcon.
this doesn't look very good for you. I mean, you know, obviously you were handcuffed at the scene, but you still engaged in some crime, and while you were coerced, we do not take a good view of Earthers who come to Mars to commit crimes. So...
Well, think about it this way. You wouldn't have found out about the robbery at all if that alarm didn't go off, right?
yeah.
No coincidence that alarm went off.
So you're saying you did a bad job on purpose to trip up the security?
Yeah.
Give me a charisma talk.
When someone goes through all this trouble to get into a bank for something, it's not simple money most of the time. There was something big in that box I wanted to bet. And I was hoping the Mars cops, the boys in red as I like to call them, or the boys on red as I like to call them, will be able to stop it. Did you guys manage to catch it, by the way?
It looks like her vehicle experienced a fatal error and was forced to deploy its parachute, but its parachute was found but not the car. I'm sorry to say it, or I mean indifferent to say that it was found amidst the rushing waters of the Tharsis in the wake of a massive flood we've had in the high tide. So it's possible they went down with a ship. Hopefully they bailed out and we'll find them on some shore. But I mean, emergency services are all tied up dealing with the crisis right now. We have some cars out searching. What we can spare. Anyway, I appreciate you being so
I'm
straightforward.
gonna have to
with
refresh
me.
the website real quick because we're losing like half your words, and this is a pretty important dialogue scene.
Well, I heard everything, and it's going PG.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
I'm in Pat's spot, but you know I'll live with it.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'd have it no other way.
So you guys managed to figure out the situation. So you, Alton, he says, I appreciate you being straight with me, Jack. Obviously, no one likes to get caught with their pants down, especially not when they're a private dick. But, you know, I'll put in a good word with you, and I don't think that you're a flight risk, given that you can't go home without getting off planet. So, going to let you out without having to post more than let's say 100 credit bail.
All right. Well, do I have 100 credits?
I probably gave you some in advance.
Yeah. So
You did. You did pay. I did demand it in advance. I'm just checking it. Oh, yeah, I have 150 credits, so yeah, I can pay
Yeah.
it.
there you
all
go.
right. He's like, well then, don't leave Marsopolis, and when the court summons show up, be there for your date. You got it.
All right. Sounds good.
And yeah,
Expense funds.
police stuff is over. But yeah. So meanwhile,
That went way better than I ever imagined it could have.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
actually, I'm super happy with how things turned out. We robbed a bank and
So,
got off on a warning.
Abigail Valets, you're lying low. What do you do immediately after you have the device
Well, I
that you need?
looked inside. Yeah, sorry. So I have what that I need?
You find the biosignature trigger that you need to signal the
Right.
contract, and you're going to be able to take legal control of all of your father's possessions.
Mhm.
You have vast financial resources at your beck and call, and you are... The legal team is informing you that the insurance claims need to start getting made right now.
Wait, so I win? Did I just win?
You have what you set out to get, but what do you do with it?
Amazing. Well, my goodness.
And where do you tell your
I was
getaway
never-
driver to take you?
Oh, well. Is there anything left of the family manor? I want to see it.
So, like, you
My
probably
eye.
have, like, an actual, like, house that you stayed at, not
No,
just, like,
I
the
want to see
riverfront.
it with my own eyes. I'm sure I have my own place, but I want to see what's left of the old house.
Do you literally mean, like, because again, the riverfront house is the place you went to sometimes on vacation, not like
Yeah.
your family manor.
Oh, ooh. So it's not the family manor. Is the family manor near the water?
It is close. It might be
What
safe
if it's
because it's a
been
bit of on a
destroyed?
hill. It's a bit on a hill. That being said, the flooding was intense, so you're not sure.
I want to see it.
Alright, you fly. So you fly to the Valles Marineris, Abigail, and Alton. You get a message.
Mhm.
On Harmony. It's very, it's urgent. It's sent from an account you've never received a message before.
All right.
As you go into your contacts, you notice that several people will be messaging you with how to delete their accounts. It says, satellite backup held. They have full 3D.
Ass.
So yeah,
Alright,
you are on the streets of Marsopolis. What do you do as Abigail is flying towards the Valles Marineris?
Okay, I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna call her and be like, I'm gonna go to like a corner store, get a burner compad, call her on that.
Alright. I assume with like the 50 credits you have left, you can get a burner compad. You call her up.
And I'm like,
You get an
I'm
unknown.
out.
You
I'm
get
good.
a call from an unknown number as you see your estate on the horizon.
Oh, what do you say?
Yeah, wait.
Well, do you pick it up?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Okay, I'm like,
I've gotten
Hey, it's
everything else I need. Why, hello.
I managed a clean break, but we have a bit of an issue.
An issue, you say? What sort?
My friends in the sky just said that the satellite backup held. The 3D
Yeah.
scan is there.
Satellite
So,
backup.
not sure what you want to do about that, but I want to get the hell out of Mars.
Well, if we can
Do you have a
get rid
Corvette?
of that. Wait, Lee, is that
Or,
something we can
oh,
do?
hear me out here. We have a spaceship, right?
Yes, I
Oh, that
do.
satellite had a bit of an accident.
That's an interesting idea, yeah.
So the Cadillac Ferrara 3000 isn't necessarily come equipped with weapons. That being said, you have just gained all of your father's financial resources.
Lee,
Also, you
Can
don't
I-
need weapons to take down a satellite.
You could ram it.
ASAT missiles essentially just ram them.
Yeah, I mean, you
I was
could.
gonna say, can I direct my Corvega spaceship exactly into the path of that satellite? And you know what? If the satellite's
You-
not exactly where it's supposed to be, then
Yeah.
maybe.
Do you want to be
Exactly where
on?
the-
Do you want to be on the Cadillac when that impact happens?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So
But I'm
you're.
sure we have enough bodies right now to make the difference up.
Oh shit! So you put some bodies on there. You send it flying on a collision course.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Because no one's getting between.
I would say
me
don't
and
send it
this
flying on a
guy.
direct collision course. Send it flying on like a normal heading, and then have it like
Alright.
have an issue and spin
I
out.
mean,
into
I'm
a-
Do you,
assuming-
do you, do
I'm
you, do you
assuming-
go and pick up Alton between now and then, or do you two
Yeah.
stay separate?
No, I mean, look,
Alright.
if Alton's down with it, I'm down to take him. He seems to be.
Yeah, I
Not a
don't
man
want
of
to just like,
means.
sit in the middle
Alright.
of Mars. I am out of money.
All right.
I spent it all on not going to
Alright,
jail.
Elton and Abigail are riding together, and you have like a T minus whatever to collision, and it's about it's the trajectory is locked in. When you
I'm
get,
gonna say
when you
it's
get
somewhere other than.
you get a call from your legal team. They're like, "Hey, we've been
Oh.
trying to reach you. Is this Miss Valles? Yeah, we're going to say you were in charge of the estate. we have a bit of a problem. Someone has just published an article claiming you robbed a bank.
Do I call off the Corvega or not? Do I
1
call
minute to
off the
impact.
Oh my god, this is so.
Okay, here's my thoughts. The Corvega is your ship.
Yeah.
If your ship hit the satellite of the bank you knocked over, that's sus as hell. Get a ship's not attached to you and do the same thing.
50 seconds. You might not be able to draw it
Call
off.
it off, call it off, call it off.
So you try and
Right.
like rapidly like alter the because like you've set up this. You try and like call this thing off, right?
Yeah.
Give me a program skill check to like really quickly override it. Silicone scatters through space as the Cadillac Verara manages to pull off just in time, but smashes one of the solar panel arms of the satellite. Its trajectory is terribly altered, and the Cadillac suffers some cosmetic damage to its hull. So the impact has happened, and that vessel is still loaded with dead bodies. Where are you sending it again?
The frontiers!
We're going so well.
The frontiers!
Alright, so your vessel just fucks right off out of known space, is what you're saying. Like, it just out to the solar system, Neptune or some shit. Alright. It's
Yes.
on its way
It's
out.
going out to the belt.
It's going out to the
The
belt.
inners don't understand. They keep sending the junk to the belt.
We're sending this to the belt too!
So, yeah, you guys... So you send that shit to the... Yeah.
A gift from the people of Mars
And
to
you-
the OPA.
And your legal team is like...
God damn it!
That was pretty good. Your
I
legal
loved
team has advised you. Karen, your legal leader, the leader of your father's former legal team, which thought they weren't going to ever be activated again after your family, like, your dad kind of told them to fuck off and hung out with the Greenpeace guy, is like, so, Abigail, so wonderful to be working with the Vallis family again. Now, your assets are a little underwater, but, we do have a strong insurance claim.
Good.
I'm sure we can rapidly handle all of these legal loose ends.
Please do.
Of course. We'll take care of all of it for you.
Yes?
Yes. There's only one other matter to deal with.
What?
There are some paparazzi pictures which seem to show you and some Arnis Chemical executives brushing shoulders at a high society party involved with a holding company that's since been dissolved in just the last hour here.
That seems super suspicious. Well, here's the truth of the matter. I was
doing cocaine in the bathroom.
I was performing a humanitarian protest of the higher society anti-Martian corporations, and I was there to belittle and degrade the man, nothing more.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yes, please spread the word that I am all about Martian independence and not independence, but perhaps
I mean, Mars is already independent, but yeah.
yeah, no, sorry,
Pride.
Martian pride, Martian
Oh, I see. You're a globalist.
business. You know, I'm all of the things that make Mars great again.
Alright, so, oh my god, you didn't have to say it. You give me a
That didn't
yeah.
happen.
So, give me a charisma talk to see how your propaganda campaign goes.
Yes, please. Okay.
All right. So, and for reference, like, where are you setting down? Are you going back to Marsopolis, where Alton is presently violating the terms of his bail? Are you?
Yeah, no, Marsopolis
Well-
is where Alton can be, right?
Or,
Yeah, I'd say
or did
hook
you
me
never
up at, like,
leave Marsopolis so he doesn't violate the terms of his bail?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, let's have a
I
hotel.
mean, Yeah, I'll hang out in the hotel in Marsopolis. I see
What
no
if-
reason not to stick around for the trial. I
Yeah,
have.
what if we
Vast,
ended
vast
things as
legal
they began,
resources.
in a seedy motel in the middle of the town?
Wait, do you want to go back to the soda jerk?
No. I'm just saying, like, a seedy motel in Marsopolis, where Miller is located currently.
Yeah. So, you guys,
Look, whatever you like.
head to one such establishment.
Oh yes, indeed. Wow. Here, let me find myself another water. I'll be right back.
All right. So, Alton, anything in particular you want to do or concerns that you have that you'd like to act out here in the final act?
Well, I mean, bitch better have my money. That's really about it.
All right, yeah. So, you guys are here. The TV is playing, and you see that there are, some reports funneling in about the situation, and it seems that FTL has declared complete control over the region of the Tharsis the Tharsis Range, and contained within that the Valles Marineris. And there is some question as to how that's all going to pan out. But legally, Abigail owns it, and she's gotten a lot of money, and they haven't ratted her out. So
Do I own anything
do you
that
own?
they've got?
The Tharsis Flow Control Facility became a public utility after being acquired from the private sector, but the private sector the original construction does have ties back to the Shady Holding Company that's now dissolved.
Wait, question.
Yes.
What does the leadership of this group look like? Do they look like they might be susceptible to charm?
They are radicalized by East Martian rhetoric, politics, and economics, and particularly in the wake of this disaster that the more capitalist West is not going to be well equipped to handle. They're probably going to radicalize a lot of people off of the floods.
So a more capitalist West, with whom I am currently also schmoozing, might be susceptible to radical ideals, perhaps a compromise between the two, perhaps a moderate who sounds radical to one side and common sense to the other.
Yeah, all right. So Abigail is having dreams of Dranzer. You're here with Alton Miller, and
Political.
how do you wrap things up with Alton?
So about my fee.
Right, your fee. Well, that really depends on how much I gain from this land acquisition, doesn't it? Aside from that which I promised you, which of course is done. You see, I might have need for your services in the future. Considering I am, well, as always, aspiring for greatness.
You get a notification that your damaged ship that just rammed a security storage satellite is a few weeks out from a remote asteroid base,
Amazing.
and maybe someone needs to go clean up those corpses for you. But yeah, lots of loose ends. So basically, you pay Alton Miller his thousands of credits and then more, maybe in the future.
I insinuate that
In his old age, Alton read a tell-all book called The Maven of Mars, The Rise and Fall of Abigail Valaise.
So
Who's
Abigail
presumably
Valaise,
like Martian Prime Minister at that point.
Abigail Valaise, what do you do with the Mariners Valley? What becomes of it?
Considering it's mostly underwater, I do
Well-
attempt to renovate the land. I want to make it a stronghold of Martian independence, a veritable breadbasket of a new Mars, which I hope to front by entering a political career on the basis that I have a lot of money and I'm also a little bit radical, kind of a little bit, maybe also moderate, but maybe I could really, really, really help you guys in a time of need.
All right, so you spend a lot of money to,
I
buy
also
inroads. Do you follow through with your father's plans for the Habs?
So far as they benefit me, yes.
All right.
But when they fail to do so, and I'm talking tens of years from now, I would pursue means that benefit me politically, powerfully, and
in the immediate fallout, there would be heavy pressure on you to reopen the industrialization of the region in order to help with, ostensibly to help with the relief effort. Particularly people advocating for relaxed ecological restrictions of the region and perhaps a return to some of the pollution.
By those lax restrictions, I want my environment to prosper because you know what really sells hotels? Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery around them. And my property could be green again in so many ways.
So, Alton, you keep to your story, and in a surprisingly un-in-depth trial, you walk. The official version is that the individual who kidnapped you operated under a false name and their accomplice who drove the vehicle both died in the floods. This seems a little strange to you, and you suspect that a lot of people have been paid a lot of money to make sure that this happens this way. You're scot-free. Do you return to Earth?
All right. Yeah, headed back to Earth.
All right.
I need some sad, sexy sax music to play me off.
Yeah.
I'll hire someone for the job.
One of these has got to have.
Either Night on the Docks, I think, might be the best one. If you have that one.
I renamed all of them, but I will go and get it. But yeah, so describe for us what it's like back in your office now that you have a bit.
Because I'm composing a properly poetic noir outro monologue here.
But it needs that song. Gotta get on the docks.
I mean, it might not be called Night in the. I'm trying to.
No, I have it. Yeah. This is the sax version. It's coming.
Ooh, it's getting more intense.
The Red Planet. The waters flow thick and red, not just because the dirt is red, but also with the blood of innocence. People living in a valley, living their own lives, laid off miners, people who just happen to be nearby. All collateral damage in one woman's scheme to make a whole buttload of money. But what can I say? It's Marsopolis. That's it.
Amazing.
It wasn't a very long one.
Amazing.
Feeling it.
So with that, I think we move to the feedback phase.
Okay, before that, can I really quickly say that I really hope the canonical timeline of this is that Abigail goes on to become a very important political figure, and Alton would totally on his deathbed he would have been writing a tell-all book his whole life about all the dirty fixer stuff he did for her.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with this and through the rest of her political career, and then as he dies, he has a dead man switch that releases the book. I would just find that.
That's the plot of the next adventure. Is the PI who's trying to keep that from getting out.
Yo, and
I think the plot of the next adventure could be
the first Martian
a
queen.
separate pair of people. Abigail was Prime Minister of Mars. I'm dead. The book is out there. Chaos ensues.
Ooh.
A new duo emerges.
Yeah, so amazing. But yeah, hit me with it. Favorite, least favorite. We want to see more of Max.
All right. Favorite. I thought. Honestly, good session overall. I'll say that. That's not really a particular favorite, but well done. I really enjoyed the lake house. I thought that was well done. I also actually ended up really enjoying the combat at the flow control facility. I mean, he just handled all the situations very well. He kept things moving in a good way. The pacing was good. The consistency was good. I won't say the maps this session, the ones that were new to this session, didn't really blow me out of the water, I would say. They were better than almost any map I see in any other context.
But not
you've
extraordinary.
Raised the stakes. You've raised the stakes, and this is below your raised stakes. You're a victim of your own success. Least favorite? Nah.
It was like a scene that was slower than the other. I will say, I intended for the Tharsis control facility to be like the climax, and I thought I was going to make it like big and explosion-y and like terrible, but I didn't really set it up and pull it off in a great way, and it didn't seem natural to how the play happened, so I let it be what it was.
I'll say, yeah, a little bit of a faster pace might not have hurt, but I actually think the lack of like hyper climax almost fit in the noir theme more than like a big explosion-y outro. Because like noirs aren't known for like their Michael Bay helicopter explosion hit skyscraper outro. It's known for like the things happen and then it's over. The end, it kind of just hits you with the end. It sneaks up on you and hits you like a 2x4 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was your least favorite part? Could have been faster, or better pace.
Honestly, like I can't really think of a part I was like, eh. I mean, the only thing I can really think of is like, it was just our bad rolls, but it's entirely not your fault. But like, we spent that whole like 4 rounds just missing that one guy. All 3 of us were standing at the room trying to hit each other, and just everyone was missing. And it was kind of funny, but at the same time, like kind
Very
of
cinematic moment as bullets go everywhere, steam rises, like punch ups ensue, bullets are going off everywhere. Like it would have been a great scene in a movie, but as we played in a role playing game, it was boring as fuck. Map's not extraordinary. So what do you want to see more of?
Honestly, like, I think the atmosphere is really what worked well. More atmosphere.
In terms of, like...
Also, I put a link in the Twitch chat, which I think illustrates how that fight went pretty well.
Oh god, I didn't have my Twitch chat open. Yeah, so... Actually, wait, I can literally just check this. So, like, good atmosphere, and that's what you think is, you want to see more atmosphere in the sense of, like, the picking a genre and evoking it? Or, like the soundtrack, what would you say was the atmosphere contributor, or just everything?
The soundtrack, the maps, I honestly think the way in which you DM'd and we played all came together to work out for it. And I don't think this is something unique to noir. I think you could do this with another genre that has strong theming. Noir, I think, is easy almost because it is such a thematically based genre.
Right, it's just
noir. You could tell a noir story as an action movie, and it's not noir. It is a thematic thing, but I think you could use the techniques used from this to enhance the theme of any sort of thing. Instead of just making it feel like a role-playing game set in this, make it feel like this is the world.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm such a werewolf.
Any other commentary before we move on to Pat?
No, I think you can move on.
Hit me with it, Pat. Fairly sure I want to see more of.
Wow. I would say that Max is right on the money with that. You certainly sold the scene, the vibe of the genre. I loved it. I had a blast. Maybe I wasn't as articulate as our dear Private Eye, but I do feel like I had a great time to shine. So did he. We had a blast. I'm super thrilled at this concept, the whole Maxinity and you as the DM sort of concept that you had working on. I love it. I'm loving this 2-person thing. It's kind of like the 1v1 thing that you and I have been doing, but like, you know, it's great and different in other ways. I love everything that happened this session. I had a blast. The story was incredible. The maps were awesome. You know, I actually would even agree with Max that this session, the new maps weren't like spectacular compared to previous maps, but at the same time, like, you have such a marvelous memes about
standards been raised, and they were not up to par. Even though even if they're good on their own,
they were up to par, but like, you know, they weren't like blow you out of the water like some of the earlier scenes, like the aviation
the Earth terminal.
The terminal, yeah, that one.
All right, so this is a good example of a good map.
Great, perfect, amazing map.
Which map would you say was your favorite?
Honestly, probably this one or the one with the elevator. I have got to give you props for that. That was amazing.
I'm gonna throw out one of my favorite maps,
Mm-hmm.
the downtown section with the bank, the nightclub, and all those stores.
Yeah, both of those maps were fucking
uptown and
outlandish.
downtown, I think, was when I was really on my game. Like Earth Terminal,
Yeah,
uptown, downtown. I
yeah.
made all of those in like a mapping frenzy of like, I'm mapping. And
I remember that.
I got in a groove, but yeah. So this is
You really
is what
did.
I think this is an
Right
example.
before we launched the Americana.
This is a good example of like how I don't actually need to make every nook and cranny an element do its job. But yeah, and then there is the downtown that had all of the shit there.
Woof.
Like
Woof.
here's the club. I will turn off the line of sight for it again.
But keep
Like-
the music on.
Like here's the club. You know, here's the. I felt like I really kind of phoned it in with the bank, like, and I made that a while ago, but I just feel like it should have been more to have in the whole bank escape scene. Anyway, yeah.
You're fine. It worked out perfectly. I was actually not expecting the session to end exactly when it did, so I didn't realize that was the climax, but it worked perfectly. Really did.
What do you want to see more of?
I want to see more of adventures similarly formatted. Me, you, and Max, or whomever else is interested in the session. You know, two on one kind of situations, especially because Max is such an amazing player. Honestly,
We have enjoyed double teaming you, Lee.
Wow, I'm a super here for more double teaming. My goodness.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
also, like, Max, like, I'm gonna be real with you. You a great ass player. You are
Thank you.
fucking
This
great.
has been it's been a good time. It's been a long time. It's been a good long time. We really do appreciate everyone who came through the
You're
review.
really good at picking up on bits and playing along with them like that.
Yeah, no, I realize I'm not as charismatic as you are, but I'm also a lot more drunk than you are. So hey, I'm winning here.
But yeah, we do appreciate everyone who comes through. I will say tomorrow we are having actually Pat has the individual
I have
question
not
confirmed.
asked yet.
We've asked them, but they just didn't know. Yeah, probably a one-on-one, maybe with a surprise guest. Alien stream tomorrow with Pat, starting at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday. Wait, today was Friday. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the Saturday stream. We'll back out again with Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with Freistadt. We're gonna do like probably 3 Freistats a week, and we're looking at adding an Alien stream highly influenced by users granting bits and channel points.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a colony-based Alien one where there's going to be a bit of a holdout situation. So
I don't know very much about this, but I do know that it will feature heavily in my upcoming tile set that I've been working on for quite some time, ever since I finished Westmore, which was like, you know, anybody who's been following us knows that I haven't hosted shit in a long time, because since the final episode of Westmore, I haven't made anything more in this tile set that I feel proud enough to showcase, but Lee is going to provide me with that incentive and is going to showcase my upcoming Megacorps Marines and Monsters tile set.
Yeah, and
It is
further
a
on,
mouthful.
we are going to work on more Wistamore, and we have an individual system brewing up for Wistamore,
Woo!
the Wistamore System, as we call it. So look for more of that in coming days.
Words from my mouth.
Yeah, I'm probably going on too long, though. I'm going to go ahead and cast you all off. Of course, regular art credits like 108 Terrible Faces, and Pat made most of the art, or just random royalty-free stuff. I'm going to... Yeah, the dashboard. We're going to send you over to 2 drink
Thank you
minimum.
guys for coming out.
Because 2 drink minimum sounds appropriate. There's someone on my follow list. Everyone, please remember to be polite and kind. I don't need to remind you of this, but feels appropriate to say as a streamer. And yeah, see you on the far side with the raid, where we will say 3 drink minimum.
What?
Interesting pie chart town.
3 drink minimum. What sort of weird ass comedy cover
What?
you do?
That's House
Where
of
did
Lords.
that
Thank you.
come from? My goodness.